Here we are. There we go. We already have someone here. Let's see. Antonio, ciao, come stai? Vecchio Vasic, forza lotta, vincerai. Non ti lasceremo mai. Ole. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A little bit of AC Milan love. A little bit of AC Milan love Friday here in the west side of the Americas. What's up, Amir? How you doing, my friend? Let's do another one. Let's do another one. That one is for good luck. Ciao ragazzi, ce la faremo, vinciamo. Yes, sir. Bravo, Luciano Spitaleri. Bravo. That's what I want to hear. Vinceremo. Vinceremo. We have to get in there with a good, positive attitude. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. You feel it in the air. You feel it in there. The magic. The red and black magic. Coming, guys. Coming. Bravo, Luciano. Mi piace così. Mi piace così. We have to be positive. We have to give the team good vibes. Good vibes. Positivi per favore. That means positive, please. Positive, please. This is the only time where we have to just be positive. Just be positive. And, have confidence. Have confidence. Don't have any fear. We're going to be talking about a little bit of what some of the technical reports have been saying regarding this game when it comes to Pioli and the gang. Guys, remember, I'm not going to talk about transfer market stuff. I'm not going to talk about any of that shit. I'm done with that shit forever. No more. But today I am going to share some articles. I am going to share some articles from some reports, which I haven't been doing lately, but because they're technical reports, I'm going to share them. If they're transfer market reports, I'm never going to share them. If they're technical reports, I am going to share them, and maybe that's something that can open some interesting discussions of what we're going to see this Sunday. 8 watching, 9 likes. Yes, guys, please like. Let's go, guys. Youssef. Milan nella leggenda. Yes, sir. Legenda. I was going through the Instagram, AC Milan Instagram, and I came across this picture that was very interesting. It showed all the ages of the players, and literally all our players are from 19 all the way to 24. And then you just have a few that are above that. But the whole freaking squad is between 19 and 24. How can you not tell me that this team has an incredible future ahead? It is just not reality to think otherwise. The direction of this team is looking very good. The age of the players and for what they have achieved this season is incredible. You don't get to see that very often. A team composed of many under 21s, possibly, hopefully can finish second this upcoming Sunday. That is something that is in the books, guys. It can possibly happen. And most likely I want to believe it will happen. And, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. I'm also very curious to hear what you guys have got to say about this upcoming game. And as a matter of fact, we're going to go through our reports. We're going to talk a little bit at Milan. And then, oh my God, guys, I think I just read an amazing thing. I hope this is true. It seems that Gosens has some ankle injury, and he might not be available on Sunday. Please, Amir, where did you read this? Tell me, where did you read this? Where did you read this? Actually, Gosens is one of the players that I wanted to talk about today, because something very interesting was said after the Juventus-Atalanta game. I was listening to Pirlo. I was listening to Pirlo's post interview, and there was a little snippet where they actually asked him a good question, because they asked him a lot of stupid questions like they always do. They never talk about the game. They always ask about fucking media. Man, journalists suck. I hate the media, man. I hate the media. But anyway, they asked him a good question, a technical, tactical question. And Pirlo said that in the second half, he changed his strategy. He asked Cuadrado to play a little bit more up the field and pressure Gosens, and have McKennie stay on the third midfielder. So the Pessina, the attacking midfielder. Now, I think that's what he meant. I think he meant Pessina when he said third midfielder, but he could have meant Fruler, one of the two. But guys, so pay attention. One of the things that we had noticed on Sunday is that Atalanta likes to attack from the right. That's where Gosens is. I think this is their strongest player. And Zapata plays of the two forward. He's on the right side. So most of the inertia tends to magnetize towards the right of the field. And what did Pirlo say? What did he do? He said, I closed down Gosens and I closed down the attacking midfielder. Basically, he closed down the two links to the striker. Pirlo is learning a few things. I give the guy a little bit of time. He'll learn. He'll learn. I heard Leao may play on the left and Chala in the middle. We're going to get into that. Tutto sport, but I was not able to confirm that. I wonder if it's just Buonasera, Carlo. Buonasera. I wonder if they're just making that shit up. But, again, what did Pirlo do to stop Atalanta? And we noticed in the second half of that game that Atalanta was really struggling to create dangerous chances. They were kind of just keeping the ball, and then Juventus was kind of just like pushing them to the side. And then once they were on the side, they didn't have many ideas, because Atalanta likes to play very dynamic, very 360. They don't like to stick on one side. They like to maybe move from one side, but then move to the middle, move to the right, go backwards. It's a very dynamic team. So what did Pirlo do? He killed their dynamism. Bravo, Pirlo. Bravo. Sta imparando. The guy is learning. And how did he kill their dynamism? Well, he said it in the post interview. He said, I put Cuadrado on Gosens, and I put McKennie on Pessina, and I made sure those two players didn't have clean games, because those are the two players from which most of the interplay happens. And, well, I hope Pioli took notes. But if this is true that Gosens is not playing on the right, well, then good for us, better. They have a key player less. But I don't know about this. This could be a little bit, these could be tricks. These could be tricks. So before I get into that, I want to talk about Atalanta just for a second. I've been reading certain things about people saying that Atalanta might not, is going to make Milan win because they hate Juventus. Or they're going to play harder because of Juventus, or whatever. There are a lot of different conspiracies, a lot of different ideas. Let's just stick to logic, okay? Let's just stick to logic, and let's just stick to reality. Atalanta is playing for the second place, guys. Atalanta is going to go in there and play for the second place because any team would do that. Doesn't matter if it's Atalanta, doesn't matter if it's Napoli, doesn't matter if it's Inter, doesn't matter if it's Verona, doesn't matter. It's the last game of the season, and of course, everyone wants to get the most out of this championship. To think that Atalanta is going to give us a handout is wrong. It's not going to happen. I mean, at least I think. Maybe the conspiracy theorists are right, and they're saying, yeah, Atalanta, there's the Il Biscotto, right? We call it Il Biscotto. Maybe they want to give us the win, so Juventus is out of the picture because they hate Juventus. Let's definitely not rely on that. Ciao, Eastbourne. Come stai? Amico, come stai? Hey, Roy, what's up, my man? You worked so hard these last months for this channel, and you deserve... Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to be here and talk Milan with you guys. It is a pleasure. So, let's see. Looks like Atalanta Ultras are pissed with what happened in the final. They asked the team to go easy against Milan. Okay. And this is what I was talking about, right? Like, I read that. But I am 100% sure that the Ultras of the Atalanta Ultras would be happier to see Atalanta finish the season second than losing their last game. So, take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. Now, if Atalanta does decide to ease off the gas for some reason or another, then okay, whatever. Then I'm wrong, okay? And I admit I was wrong. But just think about it. Just think about it. That's not how professional teams operate. So they're going to go in there to play, and so are we. And so are we, that's for sure. Okay, so that's about Atalanta. And since we are on the topic on Atalanta, I have this interesting article I want to share. So today I'm going to share 3 articles, one regarding Atalanta, because you have to know your opponent. You have to know who your opponent is. You have to know everything about your opponent. No stones must be unturned when it comes to your opponent. So let's go through the first article of the day and let's see what's happening. All right, here we go. All right, so our friends at Sempre Milan have given us this article via Sky Italia, and it says, the choices by Atalanta's boss Giampiero Gasperini is likely to make ahead of Sunday's game against Milan are beginning to filter. It is claimed. I don't like that word, but hey, this is the world of journalism. What can you do? Speaking to the microphones of Sky Italia, journalist Massimiliano Nebuloni spoke of the doubts about the starting lineup that Atalanta could deploy. He confirmed that Atalanta want to seal exactly what I was saying, guys. Exactly. He confirmed that Atalanta want to seal second place, which be the highest ever finishing as a club. You see, so don't even think about this idea that Atalanta is gonna give Milan a handout. That is not happening. Knowing a win against the rivals, the Rossoneri would secure it. Though Pioli's men are battling for top 4. The big doubts for Gasperini are in defense. Gimisti should come back in at center back in place of Palomino, while up front, Luis Muriel should return with Zuvan Zapata, with Ruslan Malinescu behind them. That's a lot of quality. Muriel is ahead of them. Josip Illich for what he has done through the season. What? Muriel is ahead of them. Joseph, what? Who wrote this shit? Even if the Slovenian played a great match in the first game against Milan this season. Okay, so right there. So let's definitely not think that this is going to be, a walk in the park. Let's think about Milan. So that brings me to AC Milan. So let's see what the filters have been coming out and the reports are regarding the Milan, and let's see what they are saying. Okay. Internet, do not mess up. Do not mess up. Stay with me. Stay with me. All right, here we go. Now let's move on to the next report, and let's start talking about Pioli and his experiments. Okay, let's see. Okay, report 2 of the day. Here we go. Sky, Pioli experiments in training with new lineup. Leao up front and Çalhanoğlu out wide. Okay, let's read this. AC Milan head coach Stefano Pioli made a key tweak to the formation he tried during Friday's training session at Milanello, a report claims. Speaking to Sky Italia via Milan News, journalist Manuele Baiocchini gave some training news in view of the match against Atalanta, one which will decide the club's top 4 fate, and therefore it is imperative that Pioli gets his choices right. He remarked that Friday's training is usually always quite indicative of what Pioli is planning to do as it proved to be for Brahim Diaz's selection. How do they write this shit? Friday's training is usually always quite indicative of what Pioli is planning to do, as it proved to be for Brahim Diaz's selection in the 11 against Juventus. The big news is that Pioli tried Rafael Leao in place of Ante Rebic as a center forward, with Brahim Diaz the attacking midfielder, Çalhanoğlu on the left, and the rest as usual. Pioli is changing a lot and wants to keep everyone on their toes, and it could be that Leao was tried there to give him an extra bit of motivation. All right, guys. So what do we think about this? No way, surely he won't put out front. I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you guys. I'm kind of speechless. Now, I have a theory. Okay, this is my theory. My theory is that when Leao trains and when he does the games in training, he's played as a center forward. And I think in training, he probably kills it. He probably does really well. And the reason why he does really well is because he's comfortable, the environment, there's no pressure, everybody is there to help him, there's no everything is positive, and also in training, the defenders don't go in as hard as the real game. So I think that Leao probably looks very good as a center forward in training, but the moment those cameras are on, and the moment the pressure is on, and the moment you have to really become a man and take hold of that position and make it your own and make things happen. You know, the kid is still young. So who knows? We'll see what will happen. Looks like Rebic is having some problem. Hope he'll be fit for the game. That is also what I read, yeah. Rebic is not fully fit. He trained by himself today. I wonder if all of this stuff is true. I wonder if it's all true. Even the Gosens thing that he's because guys, think about this. The difference between defending a team with Rebic up top and the difference between defending a team with Leao up top is very different. Like, your tactics are going to change. So maybe I wonder if they're playing 4D chess with each other, with the story about Gosens not being available and Rebic not being available, Leao being a striker when all season, Leao hasn't really done much as a striker, if not anything at all, except for the very first times he was played in that position. Who knows if there's a lot of 4D chess going on in the background and they're just trying to mess with each other's preparation. You know, Atalanta did have a closed training. So, yeah, who knows? Why does he keep playing Hakan on the left? He does literally nothing in that side. Only way he can be effective is from the middle with those little passes with Kessie and Bena. Sir, Pioli is an idiot. Robo Rebic has had a few malfunctions this season. Well, he's not Ibra. He's not Ibra. So Floki, let me answer this question. So the way Çalhanoğlu is deployed in this system on the left, basically his only duties on the left is in containment. But when he has the ball, Çalhanoğlu goes to the middle. So that is how Pioli has deployed Çalhanoğlu these past few games. He's not relying on wing play from Çalhanoğlu. The wing play has been pretty much in these last games has been coming from Rebic, who naturally tends to go to the left. Theo Hernandez, who is literally a left winger, but also plays as a defender, I guess. And then those two wingers interplay and connect with Çalhanoğlu, with Diaz, with Kessie, which was so fucking brilliant. I hope he does that. But regardless, guys, if it is Leao up front, if Leao is playing up front, I hope he can get the job done. I hope he can play ball back to goal. And I hope that this is going to work. Guys, we have a guest coming in. Mr. Laert, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm excellent. How's everything going?
It's okay. Yeah, busy. Tomorrow I'm doing my vaccine.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Laert, we were just talking about these reports that came out of Sky Italia about Rebic being maybe unfit for some. No, he has some injuries here and there, but Leao has been used as a center forward. Basically, Çalhanoğlu on the left, Diaz in the middle, Leao as the center forward, and Salamakers on the right. So, on this channel, me in particular, and a lot of people have been talking about how Leao has been not very effective in the center. So, what do you think about this? What do you think about this news? And also, this could be 4D chess, right? Because here, Laert, let me tell you one more thing, which our friend Amir told us earlier. Via Tutto Sport. So we know that Tutto Sport is probably one of the most bullshit newspapers in the entire planet. We do know that, but this is what Tutto Sport writes. It seems that Gosens has some ankle injury. He might not be available on Sunday. So we have some news here about some key players not being fit. Leao, center forward. What do you think?
Okay, starting from the not fit player. Definitely a lot of players are going to play the Euros this summer, so I don't think they're going to risk anything if all the achievements are done. So even Gasperini as the manager and the club doesn't want them to get injury and don't play the Euros, So they are not going to risk none of the players that are a bit injured or have some problem or some issue, or even if the player they are tired, they played all the 90 minutes and they don't feel pushing it. So that's true probably, and probably people that play less are going to play more Sunday. Leao's a striker. As I say, if Pioli wants to play the way I was thinking, so defensive and counter-attacking, Leao is a good option because he's not a real striker. He's not going to fight with the center back, but he's just going to run behind them and try to attack the space, go on the left, on the right, and let some space for Çalhanoğlu, Selemaker, or somebody to get in the box. But it's a question mark, like always. Depends on him, how he's going to approach the game, his mentality. He has all the talent and the physical strength to play in any position in the pitch. He can play even a center back. It depends on his brain and his mentality, how he's going to approach the game. So,
I was thinking the exact same thing as you, actually, Larry. Because Leao is not a holding center forward, but he would be rather more fit as a counter-attack center forward. It seems like Leao up front, that is probably the best tactical solution to play on the rimessa, insomma. And it looks like they're doing that. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. You have been saying that you think that's the best thing to do against this Atalanta. In my opinion, the best thing to do this Atalanta is to play in their half. We keep the ball and we keep that defense in three compact. We just play the typical Milan game. But hey, just because I think that doesn't mean that's the way we should do it. But it looks like with Leao up front, you're right. The game will probably tend to become that way, because Leao is not going to be a player that is going to be able to hold the ball back, goal to back, and then temporeggiare, hold the ball a little bit and then pass it. He's a player that needs space. He needs time. He needs to go forward. He needs to use his forward inertia to be effective. So it looks like if Leao is playing, that's the way the game is going.
It's basically going to be a 4-4-2 with Brahim Diaz and Leao as his forwards, Selemaker on the right and Çalhanoğlu on the left, and probably going to be a bit less covered on the left side, because I don't think Çalhanoğlu and Theo Hernandez, they do a great job on the left side of covering the pitch. Calabria and Selemaker are better on the right. They cover all the wing,
Yeah.
So it's a tricky game. My opinion is, if we wait them deep and we wait for them, considering they don't really have nothing to play for, I don't think they're gonna be, super creative or super, with a lot of ideas of what to do if there is a lot of people in their half and they don't know where to put the ball, and we're gonna have space at the counter attack. But yeah, it depends on how. I think this game it's of course up to us to give everything, but it depends a lot on the motivation of Atalanta. I don't think if they don't have motivation, they're just gonna go and come and play football. I don't think we risk it. We're gonna win it.
Well, I was saying earlier that I don't believe in this idea that this team doesn't have any motivation. I think any professional team is going to want to reach the maximum. And also, I was reading an article before that was stating that the team, because if Atalanta reach second, it'll be the first time in their history. So I don't believe this thing that Atalanta is going to, is going to play Sciolti or whatever. Is going to play with no fire. Atalanta is going to play to win for sure. They're going to play for the second place.
It's a bit like Inter. Inter put all their effort against Juventus, but mentally they weren't really in the pitch. You know what I mean? They weren't super focused. They really didn't care like they usually care. You know what I mean? They really wanted to beat Juventus, but they had a barbecue during the week. They were chilled and relaxed, and they say, okay, we're gonna win. But of course, at the end of the thing, when you don't have nothing to play for, even your concentration is not the same. Just you as a human being, not because they wanna just give it away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't. I mean, I really don't think that's gonna happen. I think this is going to be like a Champions League final. This is going to be two teams that are going to win and two teams that are going to put everything that they have. And I really hope that it's going to be the same style that we did against Juve, and I really hope it's going to be that 3-1, 5-1 thing that he did, where he can dominate the game and bring it at them and play a Milan game. That's what I hope. So we'll see what happens. It's all to be seen. Of course, maybe you're right, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, maybe you're wrong. We don't know, but we'll see. Pioli and the squad were feasting and chilling with barbecue and shit before the most important game of the season. Hope they're reminded of what is needed. Now, what do you think about that?
That's completely fine to me.
Yeah, even for me, it's fine. And it's good. The guys are together, their chemistry, they bond. You want the guys to bond and be happy with each other. Antonio says, Laird, hey, Roy and Laird, have you guys seen the French forward that Milan is close to buying? So this guy that apparently is the best second player in Ligue 1. I'm not sure what his name is. Do you know who this player is?
No, at all. As I say, me and you, we don't follow a lot the market,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
we don't trust them. And AC Milan doesn't know if he's going in Champions League or in Europa League next season. So how they know what striker they're going to buy?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
the budget and who is staying, who is leaving? It's a lot of things. So they're just speculation, in my opinion, at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. Mr. Bristone says, Forza Milan, uniti da tutto il mondo, united in all the world. Yes, sir. Jazz
Yeah.
Manyan says, I wish Milan buys a real name. We need to take some risks.
Well,
Hey,
we need to win. Let's win.
I have a question for you, Allied. If Dupai comes to Milan, what do you think? Do you think he could change a lot of things and shift the balance of the Campionato as well?
Yeah, he's a talented player. I think he's more solid. He's more creative than Çalhanoğlu. I don't know defensively if he's going to run more than Çalhanoğlu at the same level.
Yeah,
but it's something you can always fix.
Mhm.
And he can play on the left side or in the middle, close to Ibra. Or in some games, you can be the striker, but of course, you're not gonna play that crossing and game you do with the Ibra. He's talented, and yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's for free, so it's not like you're paying anything to him. It's just the salary, and I think it suits perfectly AC Milan if we go to Champions League.
Yeah, right. I think so. He's a player who likes to play ball on the ground. He's not a very tall player, but he's very physical. He looks like an MMA fighter. He's got a lot of muscle, so he's good at being able to shield the ball and keep players off of him, combined with a lot of technique, creativity. I don't know about his discipline. Has he had issues with discipline in England?
When he was younger, I think around when he was 20, 21, more than discipline, he was like lack of concentration. I think it's the same like Rafael Leao. He was more on rapping and everything outside the pitch more than what's going on inside the pitch. Now he's 28. He wasted all his chances, so he needs the last big chance, sign his last contract and win something relevant in Europe or with a decent club, you know what I mean? So if he's signing for AC Milan or if he's signing for Barcelona, Real Madrid, or whatever club he's going to sign, he's going to sign for real to become a real deal, for at least 3 or 5 years.
And then this did Holland make it to the Euros? Yes, they did, right?
Yeah, Holland I think is playing to the Euro. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are. So I'm pretty sure that he is going to really have to showcase what he's all about in the Euros as well. Let's read here. So I'm already seeing some very interesting comments, but let's look at this one. Our best way to win the game is to keep it 0-0 till minute 60, and Atalanta will start getting tired and will defend the draw to stay second. We can attack them and score a sneaky goal last minute.
I think this is a good option as well. But what I saw with the Atalanta and Juventus, Atalanta suffers a lot of 1-2 in the middle,
If they don't have it.
No, if Leao, Diaz, Çalhanoğlu, Diaz, they do a 1-2-1 and goes to the goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or 2v1, something like that.
Yeah. Actually, you're right, because that goal that Chiesa scored, which was a phenomenal goal, was a nice, beautiful 1-2 in an area where they left a lot of channels open.
Exactly, and they suffer a lot like that. And as we know, they are really good when they have the ball. So they are not really good. They defend attacking. That's the way they know how to defend.
Right.
If they don't have the ball, they struggle. They leave some space. And so if you are quick on the last 30 meters, you can always find a goal or find a chance.
Yeah, for sure. This is those kind of games that you can't play at a slow tempo. This is a game that you have to play at a fast tempo.
Yeah, you need to be quick. And it's a good point, the fact that we should not concede a goal. We should really be solid defensively.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't leave any space to them.
Yeah, and just to tell, I was saying this earlier. I was listening to Pirlo, his post match, and there was a little snippet in his post match where they asked him a technical, tactical question, and he said, you know, the way he stopped Atalanta was by putting Quadrado a little bit higher on Gozens, so not letting Gozens have much, you know, freedom on the play, and then having McKennie on the trequartista, and by closing those two players, he was able to mitigate Atalanta's possession. And that's what he said. That's what he figured out on the second half, and it worked. So, hey, Pirlo, he's learning. The guy is learning. Like Pirlo, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think Pirlo is learning. He knows what is football. We saw him for 20 years. He knows what's going on in the pitch. He knows what is the right thing to do.
It's all in him, yeah.
Yeah, as a young manager, his problem is to make other people understand what he wants. That's why it takes years of experience to make people understand what he's actually trying to tell them and to execute. That's the difficult part, I think.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Like, you know, of course, Pirlo knows soccer or football in and out. You know, we're not gonna know who's gonna teach Pirlo football. Nobody, right? But it's all about being able to inspire the players, being able to transmit his ideas to the players, and then for the players to do it. But anyway, Pirlo, shitty season, terrible season, but yet 2 trophies, huh? Not bad.
I mean, I don't consider them trophies, to be honest. Maybe because I'm a picky bitch, I will say. I don't consider them trophies. When AC Milan wins a Coppa Italia or a Super Coppa Italiana, for me, nothing changes. Like, yeah, okay, we win to win. I want to win the Serie A, I want to win the Champions League, or I want to, you know, compete to win those competitions.
It is true. I gotta say, it is true that traditionally, you know, the domestic tournaments are seen with less, you know, enthusiasm than in other countries. Like the FA Cup in England is huge, you know. Copa del Rey in Spain, they seem to care about more than what we care about the Coppa Italia. But anyway, Juventus has 13 of them now, so you know they're off. Let's keep on reading here what our friends are saying. Oh, so Antonio says this guy's name is Amin Adil. Yeah. I've seen his name. I don't know who he is. I have no idea how he plays.
10 million. They're saying, I don't know, man. It's the striker. We always say the striker is such a difficult position. It's really complicated. Even from a league to another league, it changed the type of defense.
I don't think this guy. There's no way this guy's a striker. Are you sure he's a striker, Antonio? Because if he was a striker, if this guy was a striker and he's the second best player in the league, how do we not know this guy? He should be in the headlines.
Just 10 million? Just 10 million for him?
Yeah, it's 10 million. I think he's probably a winger. I don't think he's a striker. Looks like Raiola offered Gigio to Barcelona. They're already getting Aguero, Depay, Eric Garcia. And if they get Gigio and all 3, that's insane business by Barcelona. Damn.
What happened to Juventus? I thought Juventus is going to sign him. Every week there is another club. It's like next week is going to be Real Madrid and Allegri. They want to sign him. And we're going back to the Paris Saint-Germain, Chelsea, and again Juventus. All the summer is going to be like this.
That's crazy. Depay deal is almost done to Barcelona, according to Fabrizio Romano. Okay, look. This is a new Milanista that has joined us here. His name is Jazz Manyan. He says, Depay is great. I'm a Dutch guy and follow him all the time, but my guess is he wouldn't go to Milan. He's likely to join Barca. Agree? I think if Milan plays the Champions League, why wouldn't he go to Milan? Right?
Yeah, there is that temptation of playing with Messi that probably he has. And I think rightly so, every player has probably to have a chance to play with Messi. But yeah, I don't know. That's still a good opportunity for AC Milan because if Depay goes to Barcelona, there is other players from Barcelona. They don't know where to go. So it's there's Coutinho, Griezmann.
Right. So if all those players are going to Barcelona, then that means a lot of good players are going out.
Yeah,
So that
and
could
I
be
feel like it's a bit weird. Sorry, interrupting you.
no, go ahead.
Barcelona at first, they need to get rid of a lot of players first, and after get
Right.
players. So it's a bit weird the way they are behaving. They are getting players and still not getting rid of players. They're gonna end up at the end of the summer with 45 players, and that's not what they want.
Okay. Yeah. But look at what I'm reading here, Eliot. He's a second striker. He plays in League Two. He plays in
Uh,
my kid. This is a joke. Is this a joke? Milan buying the strikers from League Two. If this is true, then we might as well fucking be called Foggia because this is
no,
bullshit. Huh?
you never know. There is a lot of talented player. Depends of his age and what type of player it is. League Two. I mean, Kante, Mahrez, they came from the League Two before, so. But still, it's 10 million is a lot for someone that did well in the League Two. You know what I mean?
This is a journalist trolling Milan. Man. Come on, Laird.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We are Milan. We're looking for League Two players.
Yeah, I found it really hard. Or he's a squad player. Let's say they get rid of Casti and Krunic, and they want to bring this guy in. That's a different thing.
I wonder how old he is. Can you guys tell me
I
how old he
think
is?
he should be really young, 20 years old, something like that.
Yeah, because if he's young, like maybe as a, obviously not as a starter, but maybe as a, like as a bench player.
Yeah, instead of Casti, maybe already Casti wants to go back to Spain. They already have a deal with Sevilla or other teams. I think it can be a good option. You never know if he has pace and he definitely can perform in a good team. But I don't think we were talking about names. No, we were talking about players that solve our problems. Or at least
Right.
doesn't make
Yeah.
us shit during the week because we're playing
Yeah.
against Atalanta.
Right. Let's see what Jasmine Yan says. He says, I remember Frankie de Jong told in an interview that a club he wouldn't go to would be a club like, wait, let me read this properly. I remember de Jong said in an interview that a club he wouldn't go to would be a club like Milan that hurts like hell. Do y'all think that a name like that will ever come to Milan in the near future? Why would he say that? Like, what does that even mean?
That's weird because I thought like De Jong wanted to come back to AC Milan and train as well.
I think he's talking about which De Jong. I think he's talking about the Barcelona De Jong, maybe.
Nigel De Jong, the OG one or the fake one, the Barcelona one?
No, he's talking about the Barcelona. So the Barcelona guy said he wouldn't like to play in a club like Milan that hurts like hell. What do you mean by hurts like hell? I'm not sure what that means. Do y'all think that name like that will ever come to Milan? Yeah, I think that if Milan is in the Champions League, we can get Neymar, we can get Mbappe. Obviously in time, but for sure. Milan signed Lapadula from Serie B.
And we know how it ended up, so.
And now he's back in Serie B.
Frankie De Jong.
Lapadula is back in Serie B. He was in Benevento.
He's a Serie B player, man. That's it.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He was such a nice guy, right?
Yeah, but not good enough for Serie A. Simple as that.
But his breakout season in the Serie B was amazing. I remember watching his highlights, his goals. He scored some crazy goals, like overhead kicks, just amazing goals. In Serie B. So they were talking about Frankie de Jong. Atalanta Ultras put a message. Whatever happens, Juve merda. And it looks like it's by the club training ground. Maybe they want Milan to win.
I have this theory. I believe that Atalanta is going to play the game until minute 70. And if the result is 0-0, they're just going to let it go.
We'll see, man. That would be nice. Okay, here he is. Frankie de Jong said that when he played for Ajax, he was asked that question because they wanted to know where he wanted to go after Ajax and where he didn't want to go. The guy didn't want to go to Milan. The guy's crazy.
Well, that's fine. It's not a problem.
Well, it's his loss, not our loss. Okay,
I'm sure he's going to win a lot with let's go Barcelona, and the other one who is De Ligt is going to win a lot with Juventus as well.
De Ligt, man. All right, I have one more article that I wanted to share and talk about today, and let's do this together. So, and this was another kind of like technical, tactical speculation that came out, and it can be very interesting to opine on. So let's look at it.
Is it weird that Zaniolo is playing? All the newspapers saying that he's going to leave. It's going to sign a contract for 8 million to another club in Saudi.
Yeah, I'm seeing all these Juventus, Saudi Arabia, everywhere. Okay, let's go through this article because so we spoke earlier about Leao possibly playing in the attack, and it looks like the main reason why is because Rebic seems to be injured or seems to not be in the proper conditions. So let's read this article and let's see what it says. Sky, Rebic not in the best condition during training at Milanello, but Mandzukic has recovered. Okay. So some bad news has arrived regarding the condition of Ante Rebic 2 days before the huge top four decider against Atalanta in Bergamo. Speaking on Sky Italia from Milanello, Manuele Baiocchini reported on the state of some players in view of a trip north to Bergamo. Today's main news is that Rebic was not in great shape and was kept in half service as a precaution. Okay, you see, so already there, the game of telephone, Do you know what the game of telephone is, Lart?
Yeah, it's basically somebody says something and they hear it wrong and say it to somebody else and the message goes completely wrong.
He's just in a state of precaution, according to this article. Today he had half of the season with the team, half of the session, and the other half he did alone in the gym. Okay. In the tactical test, Leao was the center forward in place of Rebic, with Brahim Diaz, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, and Alexis Salamakers behind him. What filters is that for Rebic, it is nothing serious. Okay, there you go. Again. So it seems that one battle is between Leao and Brahim for a starting point. You see? Game of telephone. So that's really what's going on. For the first time in several days, Mandzukic had a great workout, and Sky have apparently been told he is in good shape, but it's clear he does not have 90 minutes in his leg. Yeah, of course he does not have 90 minutes in his legs. That's for sure. Okay, Lart, you tell me first, what are your opinions on all of this?
Well, my opinion is if a journalist can get in Milanello and see how they are training, it means that it's not important. They are not trying to hide anything from Atalanta. Because so that means they are not going to change their tactical like what they play usually. Okay. They probably just going
that's great news. That's great news, Lart. I like your way of thinking.
Because if they needed to change the tactical, they would close the door and try it without anyone knowing,
So what do you think about Atalanta? Because Atalanta had a closed door session.
I think Atalanta had a closed door session just to tell everyone, to congratulate everyone for the great season, to congratulate for even the final. They played really well, even if they didn't win it. It's not a problem. So it was more like get out of the way from newspapers and everything and just have a chat between each other and congratulate for the season. And I'm sure Gasperini told them to don't worry about this game. No need to get injured, to fight too much, because there is no point. Because there's a lot of talks like, oh,
I
Atalanta.
hope you're right. I don't believe that, but I hope you're right.
No, but because there's a lot of talk to say Atalanta is 5 million more, 5 million less. I don't think Atalanta or AC Milan or Inter or Juventus or Napoli care for those 5 million at the end of the season. They care more of injuries. They care more of getting the season result done. The 5 million, you can always get it from selling a player or getting rid of a player, buying a player cheaper. So there is a lot of ways to cover that 5 million, and you don't plan an entire season on 5 million. You know what I mean? You plan it on a different way.
I mean,
So it's not.
Atalanta is, I think, the team with the best balance on the books. I think they are, if not one of the best, but they're a top.
Yeah, no, they're really good, and probably it was just a training session to say thank you to everyone, to chill, relax, and that's it.
All right. Well, let's see. I hope you're right.
No, they're not gonna sell the game like we said in Italy. They're not gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna lose tomorrow. Yeah. But they're not gonna fight. They're not gonna get an injury or run 100 miles an hour on the wing, like crazy. They're just gonna play football. It's gonna be a friendly. For them it's gonna be a friendly.
I don't know about that, man. Okay, hey, I hope you're right. Like, I hope you're right. Okay, I really do. All right. Eastbourne says, okay, actually, I wanted to have my thoughts about that article. So, Rebic is most likely playing. All right. According to that article, Rebic is most likely playing. And the real option is going to be between Leao and the Diaz. So now we could have two different formations. So let's explore those formations. So Rebic is definitely not out. That is just not true.
No. He's going to be in the squad. I don't know if he's going to play, but he's going to be in the squad.
Yeah. So now the two formations that, and then we'll get to your comments, guys. The two formations that they are saying that are possible is to have. So what this one like this. So the usual formation with Leao, Çalhanoğlu, Salah, Rebic, like that. Now this formation here defensively stays the way it is. Çalhanoğlu just kind of roams here and connects. He is the player in between all these other players. If you can see the pentagon right here, right? He's basically the connecting player. But if the game is going to be like this, the other option, which seems to be what people might be speculating, in that case, what happens here is that Chala is going to come in the middle, Theo is going to go up, and then it's going to be that line of three in the back. So three in the back. And this is exactly how they played against Juventus, and then the top striker right there. But if Leao is playing on the left wing, they're not going to adopt this solution. If Leao is playing on the left wing, the most likely solution they're going to adopt is actually what Laert was saying, which would be more similar to a 4-4-2. Where Chala goes here, and then it's going to be Leao on this side and Rebic on this side. So that's what it will morph into if Leao is playing. I prefer the other solution. I think the other solution is brilliant. I really hope we see the other solution. And as far as Mandzukic goes, what I already speculated and said earlier, that because of the substitutions that we have, most likely the game is going to morph into a wing play game. And once that happens, then you can put a target man, last 20 minutes, last 15 minutes, Mandzukic. But having him from the start, I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's something that only Pioli can know. Pioli sees him in training. So
can I see which player we have available for the second half, for example?
Yes. So second half, for example, you have Salamakers, but you have Castillejo that can come in,
I would
right?
choose how it's called Dalot instead of Castillejo on the right if he wants to change Selemaker.
Dalo. I do have Dalo somewhere here. Oh my God, I don't have Dalo. Let me put in Dalo.
That's fine. What is his number?
I
5?
5. Um, yeah, so Dalo could be an option right there. To solidify, right? To solidify and close down this Gossens area, because like one thing, okay, so this area here was the area that in Juventus was the ball was going mostly in this area right here. This is where Zapata was. Basically, the ball most of the time was going to Zapata. Then Zapata, with his physique, holds the body and really good technique, is capable to just spread the ball and allow the whole team to come forward.
And
So
Roy,
that's what Juventus did. Yeah, yeah.
no, I want to just say something
Go ahead.
that as a wing, attacking wing, or you are extremely talented like Messi or Ronaldinho, so you play on the other side of the pitch with your wrong foot. So Ronaldinho was a right foot, was playing on the left. Messi is a left foot and is playing on the right. Or you are extremely talented, or I always prefer a right foot on the right side and the left foot on the left side, in my opinion, as a wing, attacking wing. If you are not, for example, Castillo, in my opinion, is not enough. He doesn't have enough talent to come on the left and be dangerous.
Got you. And you bring up a good point, because if you are a left, let's say, footed player that plays on the right, or vice versa, that just means that you're going to have an extra touch in making your
Exactly.
plays, because you have to bring the. While if you're a right-footed player, you have the option to not have the extra touch. You can go straight in, right?
Yeah.
Because if you are right-footed and the ball is here, you can cross it in here. But if you're right-footed, uh, sorry, if you are well, if you are left-footed, you have to touch the ball first to the left, and then
Yeah,
So
and
that is
they never play for the cross. They never go at the end of the pitch and cross. I feel like they are never dangerous enough. You know, Castillo is never like really putting a decent cross or really like getting inside the box and being dangerous to get a penalty or to get anything like that. So I prefer to put a right foot over there and try to be dangerous, play really classic, you know, and try to put some pressure at the last 15, 20 minutes.
yeah. So that is an option. The law is an option. Then of course you have Mete coming in to secure the midfield. The last 15 minutes, probably most likely for Benacer.
What
Kessie,
about
you can
Tonali?
imagine. You even have Tonali, yeah. But I think the Mete is probably in front of them, because Mate most likely has better match fitness, or just a little bit much more fitness. And it also depends on what the team needs in that moment. If you need a little bit more creativity, you're going to bring Tonali in. If you need a little bit more containment, you're going to bring Mate in. Then you have this Hague, the ghost of Hague. I doubt we're going to see Hague. We're not going to see Hague. I really doubt. You have Romagnoli that can come in for either Chiara or Tomori. You do have Krunic. That if Diaz is playing, you can expect Krunic to come in the last 15 minutes for Diaz, if things are going well, I would say. So yeah,
Would you put
this is what it
if
is.
you're 0-0 no, and you need an extra person in the box? Let's say you did the
Yeah.
change, you put Mandzukic, and maybe you took off Rebic, and you put I don't know, Brahim Diaz, for example. Would you put Kier as a striker as well on the last 10, 15 minutes?
If it's like a desperation
Yeah,
move,
0-0, we need a tall guy that actually goes for the
like a
jumping
header.
and holding the
I've
ball
seen
together.
I've seen coaches do that. I've seen Barcelona do that with PK.
Exactly.
Um, I mean, those are really desperate measures. I hope it doesn't come to that. That means that if he does that, that means that we're losing. That means that we're out, and he
No,
needs to
it
do
means
something.
like we're 0-0, and it means like we don't have a decent striker, so we bring Kier as a striker. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's
Because I don't
Yeah,
see
probably.
Rebic being good enough for a header, or
Yeah,
even Mandzukic
exactly.
is not
And
crazy.
they shouldn't play with crosses. Everything should be on the ground. This team is a team that plays football on the ground. So Pioli has to be careful to keep in a team that naturally plays football on the ground. It's I mean, yes, once Castillo is going to most likely come in, and then probably if Lau is not starting, Lau is going to come in the second half. So if the second half, the two wingers are Castillo and Leao, for sure the crosses are going to be coming in. And even if Dalot comes in, because Dalot also is very, he likes to put in the crosses. And if you're putting crosses in, yeah, like Rebic is not your guy. Leao is not your guy. Your only guy is Mandzukic. Now Kjaer, that's kind of like I would do that if like it's a desperation move, like and you just need something, right? But Mandzukic is the next person there. We might see Mandzukic in the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But guys, I predict I'm going to make a prediction right now that Milan is going to play exactly the same way they played with Juventus. This is my prediction. This is
With
what the
Rebic.
lineup is with Rebic. This is what the lineup is going to look like, and then it's going to morph into this thing that they have been doing, which I think has been absolutely genius with Tomori there, Kjaer there, and Calabria there. I predict that's what's going to happen. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, I'm right. And well, let's see. Maybe other people are wrong. Let's read some of these comments here live. Let's see what our friends are saying. I've been neglecting some of these comments. Do you think sometimes Milan fans expect a lot from average players? Remember, we used to talk shit about Lapadula, Montolivo, Bertolacci, De Sciglio. Look at them now. They don't have a club.
That's true. We had a lot of average player, and still we still have a lot of average player. They are not doing a lot. They are not going to do a lot when they leave from AC Milan. I think people are asking a lot from a lot of players. A good player, you pay a lot for a good player. That's a fact. So Rebic, it's not a bad player. It's not a good player. It's an average. He's a squad player. It's perfect to come from the bench the last 10, 15 minutes to play, score, or play a game when your first striker is not available, but not, a player you can put all your eggs for the season,
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Flocky continues, they don't even play football anymore. No one knows why the fuck they do, but I remember I used to think they can be better. I thought Montolivo was going to be become a legendary player, but I've been wrong about many players. I've been right about many players, but I've also been wrong about many players. And Montolivo was one of the players I was wrong about. I thought Montolivo was going to have a great career. Okay, so Rohit says, love your work and dedication, guys. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. Eastbourne says, maybe he's scared and it's a lot of responsibility. He might not live up to the expectation because most of the Dutch players had a great career with Milan. Oh, that is true. There does seem to be a lot of pressure if you're a Dutch player and you go to Milan, because then you're going to get compared to, Van Basten, Gullit, Rijkaard. Those are big names to be compared of. Is the discussion about eyelashes? No. Amir says, Sky, Gosens could start against Milan. Okay, so Tutto Sport says that Gosens' injury. Sky says Gosens. So you see, guys, this is another example of how journalists are just making shit up. Eastbourne, Zlatan posted that pic on Twitter looks like it's not from Milan, but the Euros. He could still be fit and might play. Yeah, so Jan was here on Wednesday, I think. Yeah, Wednesday, Larry. And he said that he thinks Ibra is going to play against Atalanta.
No.
That would be crazy.
No way he's going to play against Atalanta. And
yeah, go ahead.
It's not. I don't think it's Ibra the problem against Atalanta. Ibra could do a lot against Cagliari. Really defensive team. You throw the ball in the box, he's gonna hold it, invent something, and create a chance. But with Atalanta, you need to be organized. 11 players that run, they cover the space, they create chances. You have to run. It's an organization.
Yeah, you do have to. It's going to be a very, very energy-consuming game for sure. Shailen Germani says Mandzukic could win the hearts of all Milanisti and break the ache hearts of his former team Juve by scoring that winning goal against Atalanta. What a front page article that would be. It would be nice to see a nice. Finally, Mandzukic's transfer to have paid off. Don't forget Lord Krunic, the one and only. Dalot is decent on wings. He can beat the full back and has decent cross. Dalot has had a positive season, I would say, right? Right?
Yeah, no, and he always does a simple play. He doesn't overthink it or overcomplicate the game. Sometimes Castillejo just never passes the ball on the fullback when he goes at the end. He's always on his left foot trying to create I don't know what. It's just overcomplicated a lot of time. I really need simple players sometimes just to do the simple thing, cross the ball, fight on the wing, cover the wing, stuff like that.
Right. Sam was more concerned with his hairstyle and legs. He's scared that they might break. He does have very small legs, Mr. Samuel Castillo. Timori has to mark Zapata. Kjaer will be too slow. Yeah, so Zapata is going to be on Kjaer's side, though. So Kjaer is going to be the guy that is going to be taking care of Zapata. And Calabria is also going to be the guy taking care. They could have two players there. Benacer can be on the third one. Salamakers can be on Gosens. If these four players contain this area, and which is what Juve did, and also what did Juve do? Juve did not squash the two lines. If you notice how Juve defended, they did not squash their two lines. They actually were pretty open. They closed the channels, the center channels. They're very smart. Juve played a very smart game, and if we can mimic the way they contained Atalanta, then easy. And I think that's what they'll do because it was pretty easy to read. So yeah, Salamakers has to be on Gosens. Calabria and Kjaer have to take care of Zapata. Benacer has to take care of the link-up player here in the middle, and it's good. We got it. All right, let's read a few more. Let's go from last to first. I'm only praying that we have the perfect night we had against Juve. I can't say much about tactics. Everyone is suspecting Milan regarding the Calciopoli because of the amount of penalties they had received. Yeah, right. Do you remember these guys were talking all crap about us the whole season about penalties? What about now? No, guardate. We got robbed of a penalty. Davide Romano, what's up, my friend? Ale, Milan, Ale, forza lotta, vincerai, non ti lasceremo mai. Yes, sir. Easborn says, Kessi, Benacer, and Hakan would be the key men against Atalanta. And also put Diaz in there. If they can build, control, create, and need Rebic or Leao to finish off their chances, that would lift up. Yes. Kessi, Benacer, Hakan, and Diaz, that square of players.
See, that's the problem. People still waiting for Hakan a great performance. And if he doesn't deliver, he's a piece of shit. No. It's just you having higher expectation on Hakan. He's not gonna get that performance. You think that's not fair on the player. He's not such a great player that he's gonna win against Atalanta. He's not a top player. He's not Toni Kroos or Modric. He's not Salah or De Bruyne. That's kill those expectations. He's not going to beat Hakan to win the game. He's going to be AC Milan as a team, as a collective, running together, fighting, and trying to have one or two decent chances and score one. That's the thing.
No, I think, I think he is going to have a great match. But, I hope he's going to have a great match. But, yeah, he is a collective player. He's going to participate in the containment. He's going to, if he plays simple, and he has to create. One of his duties is to create. If out of 10 creations, 3 of them come right, good. Like we're not going to get many chances, or maybe we are, I don't know. But the chances that we have to get, because guys, I mean, remember this. I remember Manchester United 2007, like going into that game, you would have imagined, okay, it's going to be, cagey game. Milan has to come on the attack, but obviously Manchester United has to defend. But I never expected for Milan to have so many chances, right? Because Manchester United at the time was one of the best teams also. So this could happen here, even against Atalanta. We have more chances than we actually think of. It is a possibility. All right. But yes, Eastbourne, let me finish. Atalanta can build. I agree. Eastbourne, I would just add Diaz to that. Amir says, Roy, what is your opinion about a potential calciopoli? 3 referees have been suspended temporarily. Wow. Do you know about this, lad?
Yeah, I heard. I think they spent some money with no reason. They're not good reason, I would say. Some expenses. They had some expenses, and they are unjustified, really high amounts of money. So
what did they spend their money on?
No one really knows. Still, they're kind of doing some research and looking at these things. But I don't think it's a calciopoli matter. I think it's going to die quickly.
Yeah. So it's not like the 2006 calciopoli. But there is suspicions. You have to be suspect, because we know how things are in Italy, and we know how people work in the background in Italy when nobody is watching. So you have to think that something happens during the course of the season with these referees and favors and shit like that. I don't know what, but I just you think that it's probably does happen.
Yeah, there is the human factor. There is 3. I don't think they all organize, because during calciopoli was the whole organization.
Yeah. Right.
In 2006, if you want to have a career as a referee, you need to help Juventus win titles. That was there was videos of good decisions made against Juventus, and the guy who was running the organization was telling, this is a bad decision. You shouldn't give that penalty against Juventus. You shouldn't give. So it was the whole organization, Moggi and the son controlling all the players. He was an agent with 200 players in Serie A, and he was deciding contracts for 200 players at that time. So if Juventus had to play a game and had to win it, the son of Moggi could have called the 5 players who were playing in that team and tell them, listen, don't play too strong because Juventus needs to get the 3 points. So it was completely rotten as a Serie A. And it's funny because a lot of people complain the fact that, why Kaká didn't win more Serie A's, why Shevchenko didn't win more Serie A. Well, that's the reason, because Serie A was controlled by Moggi. That's the only reason.
Yeah. What do you think about this? Carlos says FIGC should consider bringing in foreign referees.
You know what I want to see really from the Serie A? I want to see a referee with a mic explaining the decision in front of the
I think they're doing that. I read that that's what they're going to be doing.
That's how I want to see. I want to see the Calvarese going to the 2 managers and explaining why he gave that penalty. Looking at the VAR and explaining with his words why he gave that, or why he didn't give a second yellow to Betancourt against AC Milan. Right. I want that. I want to hear from their words why. Because
transparency.
Exactly. If they don't find the words to explain their decision, it means they took a wrong decision.
Now, I did read that they're thinking of having the referees come and do like press conferences after the game.
Yeah. Explain why you took those decisions. No excuses.
I think they should have been doing this for a long time already, because it just sets up for so much speculation and chaos. Let me read a few more of these comments here. If Berlusconi was still a president, he would definitely fuck Atalanta presidents and still give him 5 million to make him happy. Damn.
Well, listen, you can give 5 million to Atalanta in any way. You can buy Pessina instead of 20 million. You can buy it for 26 million. You can buy a player from Atalanta, and instead of 15 million, you can buy it for 20 million. You can give Caldara for free to them, a value of 15 million as a player. You can tell them he's yours. You can have it as a squad player. There is a million ways you can give money to Atalanta.
Right. Eastbourne says, we know he's shit, but he's still a Milan player. We need to support them as long as they're wearing a Milan shirt. Plus, it's the most important game of the season. Only positive vibes, at least for one game. Liart, one game of positivity for Hakan. Can you do it?
No, because I'm straightforward. I don't shit on Hakan when he does a bad performance, and I'm not expecting him to become Kaká for one game. I'm honest with him. I'm like, I hope the guy plays his best game, and I hope Pioli, if he's not playing well, just change it. Just put another one. He's not untouchable. We need to realize that. There is few players that are untouchable in this AC Milan squad. And for me, the untouchable players are Tomori, Donnarumma, Calabria, Benacer, Kessie. These are the untouchable players. You don't touch this player because it's even injured. This player play better than the other players.
Okay, yeah. Well, I want to be on the record. That's not what I think about Çalhanoğlu, okay? All right, okay. So, Lart, if players don't perform, they need to be criticized. And if they are performing exceptionally well, then we have to praise them. It's all part of the game and credit where it's due, which is kind of what you're saying, really. But you think that he's proven himself to you. This full season, all his career so far, you have made up your mind. You think he's not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, 3 years, man. 3 years to AC Milan. 4. How many? 4.
Gotcha. Well, I really believe that he's going to have an amazing performance on Sunday, and that he's going to help the team win. And I really hope he does. And I have a lot of faith in him. I think he's got what it takes. I like players. I really like the players that. But one of the reasons why I say this is because I really like the players that are national team, like first team national players, because those players there are players that, you know, have a lot of weight on their shoulders. And those are the kind of players that I like, national team players. Çalhanoğlu is maybe one of the key players for Turkey. Turkey has been doing great. I have a lot of faith in this player. And I believe that Çalhanoğlu will deliver on Sunday. And if it's his last game, it'll be a great last game.
Hopefully. I mean, I want AC Milan to win. I don't care. For me, it can even be an own goal from Atalanta.
Exactly. It could be an own goal, yeah, for sure.
For me, it can be an awful game with really bad tactics and everything, and a goal last minute.
But why does Hakan doesn't perform the way he's been performing with Turkey? Let's see how he does it. Well, I mean, you know, with the club and national team, there are differences. You would have to argue that in Turkey you only have so many games, right? And in those games, those are all games you have to put in everything you got. There's less games for you to have shitty games. In a club, you play every week, so some weeks you're going to play like shit, so you get exposed.
And with the club, you play in more organized team against more organized team.
Yeah, exactly.
National teams, they have good players, but they are not tactically ready. They don't train with each other. So
right. Like playing again, you're not gonna like playing like a Cagliari. Cagliari was very organized. You're not gonna play a national team like, you know, during the season that has just been together for 5 days. They're not gonna be able to organize the way Cagliari organized itself. That's a very good point, Larry. You never disappoint me. I hope Maldini already done a deal with Atalanta for Pessina to let them have him. It would be so stupid if you don't try a sneaky move like that. Yes, I would love to have Pessina at Milan.
Yeah, and AC Milan always bought a lot of players from Atalanta. We gave a lot of money to those motherfuckers. They need to let us win Sunday. So, fuck it. And we always do AC Milan, Inter, Brescia, Atalanta, and Monza. We always do deal with them.
Monza. Speaking of Monza is most likely going to Serie A.
Why?
Aren't they in the playoffs, or am I completely
No,
wrong?
they won. They are out now.
Oh, they are out. Oh, that sucks. So no Monza, no Serie A for Monza.
No.
I wanted to see Berlusconi back in the Serie A. That would have been fun.
We bought KC for 30 million from Atalanta, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we bought KC. We bought Conti,
Caldara.
Yeah. Pessina was bought from us.
And there's a lot of players from the youth and on the academy.
Yeah. I know that Montolivo was an Atalanta Academy player. Necklord 88. This game will show the true mentality and fight that players have or don't. Yes. This Champions League spot could bring us so many good players and a lot of money. Pessina is nothing compared to that. Atalanta would be dumb to not accept a 15 million player for free. Well, let me say this. Yes, I agree with you. If we make it into the Champions League, I think we could have any player in the world. Cittadella is in the next round. Roy, you got it wrong. I said it would be good to let Atalanta have Pessina. Oh, really? You don't want to? I think Pessina would be great at AC Milan. No?
I think depends on the player. If he really wants to play for AC Milan, I'm in this position at the moment. I really want players that love the jersey, love AC Milan. I want to give everything for the team. I'm looking for that type of players. I don't want a player that at the end of the season says, I want 6 million, 7 million, 8 million. I want players. You know how much Phil Foden earns a year?
How much?
600,000 euros a year.
Wow.
Çalhanoğlu won 7 million. The best player in Premier League, probably 20 years old, 21. He's earning 60,000 a month. Donnarumma wants 12 million.
That's
and
crazy.
The kid is like, oh, I'm happy to play for Manchester City. Is the team I always dreamed to play for. I grew up from the academy, and it's a dream to play here. And he's not asking for 12 million. He goes to fish after the game.
But you have to imagine that after this season, he's going to have a huge pay raise.
Yeah,
right?
But he's not going to ask 12 million.
No, of course not.
And say, listen, I want 12 million because Guardiola says I'm better than Messi.
And if a big team comes and offers him 12 million or something like that, I bet that will ruin his career.
Oh, he's never going to accept it because he says, I like to play for Manchester. I really believe on the club, and I'm in my hometown. You know, I'm going to get those money at the age of 25, or I want to win everything with Manchester and after leave, something like that. We get motherfuckers as the players. They won 12 million. They haven't win anything. They just complain. Yeah. So that's the type of player I want. I want a player that really believes in AC Milan and want to stay to AC Milan.
Right. But who do you see a player that would have that kind of attitude?
Pessina can be that type of player. Tonali can be that type of player. Those are players that they make a choice. They say they had a chance. Tonali had the chance to go to Juventus, to Inter, to Milan, to other big clubs as well, and decided to say, you know what, I want to play for AC Milan. I supported the club, the team since I was a kid, and I want to win everything with this club. That's it.
Yeah, and you are gonna get this more from like domestic players. Like in England, Foden, English, British, of course, you know, Manchester City, that's his home. And
but Donnarumma is an Italian player, man.
Right. I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying that necessarily they all have to be Italian, but like Tonali, you know, like for him, Milanista all his life. So for him, it's a big thing. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get players like that. I don't see any players coming from abroad that, unless they're Milanisti. Like, I know Mbappe was a Milanista when he was a child, right?
Yeah.
Modric is a Milanista.
There is for example, another player that gives everything and he really believes on is Chiesa for Juventus.
Right.
He really gives everything. He's not thinking, "Oh, I want to do a great season and go to Real Madrid or go to Manchester United." He really believes he wants to win something with Juventus. He wants to become an important player for Juventus. Yeah. Or Lukaku on the other side, he really believes he wants to make history with Inter. He wants to win another Serie A. He wants to score a lot of goals. I want these type of players. That's it.
Yeah, players that are capable of attaching themselves to the colors of a shirt. Players that play for the shirt. It's so important. It's so important. And this is actually why Raiola sucks at what he does. Because he's completely taken away this element, which hurts his players. It doesn't do anything for his players. It just hurts his players.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree with you. Whoever comes to Milan has to come and play for the cause and be there for the cause. DOA, what's up, my friend? Says players who score 4 goals a season and they post it 100 times on Instagram like Leao and Akan will never become a big player. Man, if we don't end up 4th, then we can come to know which players love the club and who doesn't. Yeah. Does anybody know if Mattia Caldara is still alive? Man, that kid, so many injuries. Laird said there's so many ways you could give money to Atalanta. And I'm saying if we give them, okay, that's what you're saying. Hey, what would you say? We give you Pessina, keep him or whatever, and let us win.
If they want to do that, if they really want Pessina,
yep.
We really want Champions League. They really want Pessina. So if it's like this,
that's funny. That's funny. Hashtag free Palestine. No politics here, guys, please. As you know, we have 50% rights for Pessina. As you know, we have right, correct. I know Hakan is a controversial player, but if you think about it, when we played best, he was one of the main reasons. I think COVID and injuries affected him a lot this season. Yes, but I think he had a great season. I'm not against the season he had. It's you, Laird. You don't like this guy, huh? Mustafa Arbali says, also, Hakan plays much better with Ibra on the field. Maybe with other top striker, he can be more consistent. Eastbourne says, but funny thing is that Hakan is second on the list for chances created and key passes made in Europe. Top 5 leagues, just only behind Grealish. And also in Serie A, he's one of the top assists. Is on top of the table for assists. Seems Donnarumma doesn't have a mind of his own. Just let Raiola dictate everything. Everything, or he just playing greedy and doesn't care about the club.
Going back to the tactics, to the statistics, stats or whatever. I don't think there is a meaning behind the stats when your team is not getting the result they're getting. You can create all the chances you want, man, but if you are not going to Champions League, those chances you created in games that we didn't need it. Simple as that.
Man, Laird, you have it for Hakan, dude.
No, it's just probably Hakan stats are better than a lot of players that are actually winning the league at the moment. I don't think stats are important. I don't care about stats. I want to win, man. And he had to put those stats against Cagliari. Why didn't put it against Cagliari? Where is the
asset? He did play like shit.
Cagliari.
He did play like shit against Cagliari, and I noticed it. I noticed his tension, the nerves got the best of him. Carlo Moretti agrees with you, Laird. He says Hakan has had 3 years to impress, but has failed. I don't expect much from Hakan. I just don't rate him.
Yeah, it's done for AC Milan.
I loved it when Ibra yelled at Chala, I don't fucking understand you, because I don't, too. Fuck. I don't like stats because you can score so many goals and assists in one period of time, and you could be lost for the other period when it's most important to help the team. And Hakan always lets us down. Guys, Hakan is not going to let us down on Sunday. He is not going to let us down on Sunday. He's going to be man of the match. He's going to score 2 goals. As a cam attacking midfielder, you should be scoring double figures. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree that his scoring is terrible. As a cam, you should be scoring double figures every season. He's nowhere near that. He has never been. And also, to be fair to Hakan, even his stats in the league. Okay, I mean, and with all due respect, with whatever stats are important or not, but Hakan is also the player on the top of the league as far as hitting the crossbar and the post. So he's also been unlucky. Lart, has he been a little bit unlucky?
I guess, but I don't know. It's just let's go back to stats. No, the goal Brahim Diaz did against Juventus.
Yeah.
The final pass was from Hakan from the other side of the pitch. He just kicked a free kick.
Yeah.
But the whole goal is from Brahim Diaz. He dribbled one player and he put the ball on the top corner. You know what I mean? That's not Hakan. He's gonna go on the stats. Oh, he's being part of the goal, being part of the assist, and he's gonna go in his stats. But he didn't do anything. That is the thing. Everyone could have been done. Every normal, average player in Serie A put the ball in the box. But on his stats, it goes like, oh, he's done another assist this week. What is that, man? That's not an assist for me. The way I see football, that's not an assist. It's like the 30 goals Ronaldo's done this season. 30 goals, and Juventus is not in top 4. So clearly you've done those goals in games that not really matter.
That's a good point. And that's also
Exactly.
That's also what Floki was saying. Right. That's a good point. Very good point. If Milan does that, then Juventus and Pioli will surely make an investigation against Milan to find out the truth that Milan and Atalanta did a fixing. Yeah, for sure. Of course they would. But I don't think it would stand, Honestly, guys, this is what I really feel deep down inside my heart. I feel that this is the best opportunity for Juventus to just fuck off for a year. And they don't need the Europa League. They need to rebuild their team. This cycle they had, which lasted 9 years, it's over. They have Ronaldo. They're paying 30 million. They have all these older players. They have these players that have been playing in that team for a long time. It's time for them to renew. How do you renew? With young players. Better, even for Pirlo. Better if Pirlo doesn't leave. Better experience for him to go to the Europa League, build a new team with young players, and then add players again. Juventus is not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. But for them to go to the Europa League for 1 year makes sense, okay? It makes sense for where they are as a team. What do you think about that, Larry? Do you think they should go back to 5th, stay 5th, and just renew the team? Get rid of all the fat and just renew the team.
Yeah, that's a responsible thing to do, but no one wants to do that. No one really wants to accept the failure. But the best thing for Juventus is to get rid of big contracts, big players, old players, sell everyone they can make some money, get rid of less talented players, and rebuild everything. But I don't think they're gonna do that. They're gonna just keep being Juventus, we have to win, even if we don't deserve it in the pitch. We have to win anyway. That's their mentality.
The Juventus way. Yeah. Conta solo il risultato. Well, but I really think that Milan deserves the Champions League this year. I think out of all the seasons I can remember, there are 2 seasons that I think were better than this one, which was the 96 season, which I loved because I was in school, and it was that was AC Milan when Weah was won the Ballon d'Or, and he was scoring all those goals, and then we won the Scudetto. It was fun because the banter at the school, this was elementary school, the banter was amazing, and at the end of the day, Milan won. Then the 99 Scudetto, which was just incredible, an incredible story. That was probably the best Scudetto the best season I've ever seen Milan in the Serie A. And then this season here is a third. This season here was so cool. I love the season. I love the team. I love what they did with the team. I love how they rejuvenated the team. I love how Maldini has found these young players that seem to have a great future. I love the spirit. This was a great season. This was a fantastic season.
Yeah.
Aditya says it's the consistency that he lacks. He had a great pre-2021. It's just not the same since the injury and COVID. The Hakan guy seems to be a very sensitive guy. Everything around him in his private life have huge effect on his performances on the pitch. He was very good in dead ball situations in Bayer Leverkusen, but in Milan everything dropped. Maybe too much pressure. Well, Lart, like at Milan, the ball is heavier, right? This is what they always say. Allegri said that it's more difficult to play at the San Siro as the coaches of Milan than to play at the Allianz Stadium as the coaches as Juventus. And that's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, because we as a supporter, we want a lot from the players. Can just hear the way I talk. I think Hakan is not good enough for a lot of teams in Serie A. Hakan is more than enough. You know what I mean? So we want always the best of the best, and we need to play proper football. Juventus, they just want to win. They just want to win. They don't care, and that's why. And even if the team is doing shit, they always go to the stadium and they think their team is the best team in the world. Us, we are like, our team is not doing good. We just go and tell them, you guys are doing shit, and you need to play better. That's why it's tough to play in San Siro, because even if you are a player like, for example, Rivaldo or Ronaldinho, or player that have done everything in their career, they come to San Siro and you are no one if you're not playing well. You are like, who are you? Just run, play better. No one respects you. You have to play better. That's it.
Yeah,
it's really tough.
We do demand a lot from our team, that is for sure. Saif says, late to the party. What's up, Roy Larry? What's up, Saif? How you doing, my friend? Floki says, I hear somewhere Gosens could be injured and not ready for Sunday. I hope to God that is true, because without Gosens, Atalanta always suffers. Even against Juve, Quadrado kept him quiet and they won. Hey, if that's true, great news. Great news. Isborn says, Juventus, Real Madrid, and Barcelona still haven't pulled out of the Super League. Yet, that's another concern from them if UEFA would suspend them. True.
Listen, if UEFA wanted to suspend them, already have done it. Why are you waiting? What are you waiting? Just suspend them. Clearly, UEFA doesn't want to suspend Real Madrid and Barcelona because they need Real Madrid and Barcelona in Champions League.
Right. Of course.
And they need to in Champions League next season if Juventus goes in Champions League.
Imagine if UEFA literally suspends the team that has made UEFA famous. Real Madrid being the team that has won that competition the most times. It's just all 4D chess that is not even that good. All right, so let me see here. What I also have Rebic may not. No, Rebic is good. Don't believe what you're reading. If Rebic is not playing, we're fucked. He's going to be so important for this type of game. Neither Leao or Norman Zukovic. No, Rebic is definitely playing. It's just precautions and maybe a little bit of 4D chess going on there, guys. Rebic is definitely playing. We really can't judge players before Pioli era. Okay, this might be interesting. Let's see. I think it's unfair because there wasn't stability and clear style of play. Pioli has set a play style that brought the best out of most players.
Yeah, it brought it changed completely. Players like Kessie, Calabria, Selemacher, great improvement. Still, Leao, when he plays, is really dangerous when he plays properly, and Pioli's working on that. Kier, incredible. Tomori, straight away, adapt straight away to the team without knowing any word in Italian, and Pioli not speaking English at all. So, just makes you understand a lot of things. He's doing well, and a lot of difficult things are happening. Pioli is not Guardiola, so he's not a big manager, and still doing well in such a difficult season with a lot of injury and a lot of the COVID situation was crazy. Playing every 3 days. It's just great.
Yeah. No, I gotta say, look, Pioli definitely surprised me. I thought he was going to completely mess it up. I didn't think he was that better than Gianpaolo, but he definitely found the right solution. He brought a little bit more charisma than what Gianpaolo had, but he found a good tactical solution, and sometimes he really has some genius solutions, I have to say. But there's also a lot of times where a lot of his decision making deserves criticism. But overall, I think he's done a great job with his team. And to be fair, this is the way I see it. If he finishes second, then he overachieved, in my opinion. He did even better than I thought he could have done. And if he finishes fifth, he failed. Right.
79 points is a lot of points.
I know it's a lot of points, yeah.
It's a lot.
I mean, I think Milan won Scudettis with 76 points, something like that. Let's see. The season will be all for nothing without CL. I kind of feel that too. I know not everybody feels that way. Even Nocerino said, oh, did you see Nocerino? He had an interview with IFTV. He said that he was talking about his time with Milan. The ball is much heavier at Milan than guys, this is the thing. Like the ball.
And he played for Juventus as well.
And he played for Juventus. The ball when you play for AC Milan, the ball is 50 kilos heavier. Okay, that means the pressure. That means that it's just so difficult to play at the San Siro and to play for this team, and that's why we have to be very careful with who we get next season. So when I hear a League 2 player gonna come to solve our problems, like for me that's a joke. For me that's comedy.
Yeah, there is a reason why a club like this wins a lot of Champions Leagues and a lot of international trophies. Because the supporter, to win the love of the supporters, you need to do a lot. You need to be really consistent. And you need to win that initial part when they criticize you a lot. When Gattuso came to AC Milan, he was a bad football player. He didn't know how to stop a ball. So he had to fight for years and years to get the love of the supporters. But when the supporters loved him, he won everything. He was unstoppable. He was like going to a game with no fear.
Yeah.
And that's the thing of San Siro. When you break that fear and you gain the love of the supporters, you become an unstoppable player.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see. Let's read a few more comments. Next season, you guys should do a meetup at the San Siro in real life. That would be cool. I'm telling you, I'm definitely going to the San Siro next year, Safe says. Floki, UEFA have no reason to suspend Juventus from champions. They have been in champions over time. And if you look at that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Another wasted year if we miss UCL. The team is scared of success and the big expectation. This game is an opportunity to be great, the kind of game that creates legends. Whoever scores is a legend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm from the US, so I don't have many chances to watch the games, but when I went to see a match, I was amazed, and Casa Milan was great too. I've yet to be there. Should we sacrifice Hogwe for DePaul? There's an exchange rumor. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Hogwe for DePaul? DePaul is a ready player. Like, yes. You say no?
Depot, Akan. What is what is the difference? Seriously, I don't see the big difference.
Mm.
I don't
Well,
see a
okay,
game
okay,
change.
okay, okay. You're right. Between Hakan and DePaul, I don't think there's much difference either. I'll be honest with you. I do agree there. But compared to Hague, I think there's a lot of difference, I would say. But okay, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. And then guys, we're gonna open up the lines in a few minutes, and let's see what you guys have got to say and what you guys think about this next game. Necklord 88 says with 76 points, we would be second in the Premier League. Damn.
Yep.
League 2 has gems, Roy, but the scouting should be perfect.
1 year ago, with 76 points, we'd be in Champions League in Serie A.
I read in some page last time, Milan, Napoli, Juventus, all 3 games played at the same time. It was the last season. Both Milan, Napoli, and had won while Juventus lost hope. The same happens. Yeah, we should hope. We should hope. My blood pressure will be fine during the game. I'm quite relaxed about this game. That's an excellent point you just made about Gattuso. We have Kessie as an example. Kessie is our new Gattuso, right? Would you say that if you would, who would you compare Kessie's? I mean, Kessie is obviously more quality than Gattuso, but not charisma. Charisma-wise, no. But maybe as far as when it comes to work rate, Kessie is close to Gattuso, right?
Yeah, Kessie, I see him playing until the age of 36 in that midfield without any problem. With the same consistency, the same level. It's he already knows he's running, he's clever on the running, the way he's playing the ball. People thinks why he's not getting tired. I think because he knows how to run, he knows where to go, how to stay in the pitch, He's become really clever. And it was the beginning, the first year or 2 years, because he struggled a lot with the supporters, with the way he was playing. And now it's like, doesn't care. He plays every game.
Right. Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, Roy, no, a League 2 player doesn't seem that exciting, but no. Okay, come on. We got to get serious, guys. We got to get serious here. Right, I know a League 2 player doesn't seem that exciting, but if we miss Champions League, we won't be able to attract huge players. I'm trying to stay positive. Maldini and Moncada like this guy. Yeah, but I mean, maybe as a player that is going to be like a Hagway kind of situation, right? Like that's how you can see him, like a Hagway kind of situation, a new player coming in, try to make his way. Maybe he has a decent season in and off, and then send him out for loan. But I mean, like not as a starter. I mean, anything is possible, guys. Anything is possible. Is Napoli under pressure for last game or just yeah? Of course, Napoli's under pressure. Of course,
Everyone is under pressure.
Yeah. All right, Larry, let's open up the lines. Let's see what our friends are saying, and let's do that. Okay. Okay, guys. So whoever wants to come in, and if you have something to say, let us know. We'll talk. Give us what you think. Tell us what you think about Atalanta Milan, and let's see what our friends have got to say.
Say it now or shut up forever.
Antonio, what's up, my friend? How you doing?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me again.
No problem.
Before I start, I just wanted to show this. I got this ball a while ago, and I got it signed by like the whole Milan team when they came to Philly in the summer one time. Yeah, it's like my most prized possession. So there's like this is like when we had Pato and Abate and stuff like that. So this is that year. So yep. That is my most prized possession.
Wait, no. Tell me all the names on that ball.
Oh gosh, I mean, they're like these are their autographs, so they kind of just wrote a bunch of random symbols. But Nocerino was here, Ambrosini was here, Cassano, Robinho.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ibra.
I don't think Ibra was with the team when I got this. But yeah, but he was there, yeah.
Was Beckham there?
No, Beckham wasn't there.
Ronaldinho, wasn't Ronaldinho there? Ronaldinho should have been
No,
there.
Ronaldinho was the season before. When Ronaldinho left, Cassano came.
Yeah, that's right.
El Shaarawy was, and Boateng, Kevin Prince Boateng were here too.
Yeah.
It was like that year.
Nice.
But yeah, no, that's like one of my most.
Put that in the safe, man.
That's like one of my most prized possessions. I just wanted to show.
Nice, cool.
Yeah,
All right, get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, Antonio. What do you think about this game? What do you think is going to happen? What are your feelings? Where are you right now?
I think we have a good chance to win. Like, I was being a bit too negative before. Like, I was just kind of like, after the last game, I was like, oh, it's over. But now, I mean, we know what we have to do. I think we can pull off another great game. The only thing is, I just haven't seen us play good against Atalanta. But if they're like missing Gosens, that'll be really big. And yeah, I hope Tomori will also have a good game, because against like the physical strikers, he should be good. And it's just down to what Pioli, like how he prepares the team and how he like lines them up. I think that either we all blame him after the game, or we all like praise him if we win. So it's just gonna be one of those games. I don't really know. It's gonna be like, probably it's the most like nerve-wracking game of the season. And I don't know. I'm just happy that, I'm not happy, but I'm excited. And I don't know. I wish we would have secured this sooner, because we deserve it. So very nervous.
We definitely. Cagliari was where it was supposed to be over. Like, we shouldn't even be having this conversation today, to be honest with you. Like, it should have been over at Cagliari. That was our match point, and it was not taken advantage of. So now we're left till the last day. But as I said, I'm very serene and relaxed about this game. I think all the stars are aligned for a perfect AC Milan match. And I think we're going to go and get what we've been working for all year. I really do. I really have faith in the team. I have faith in the project, and I have faith in where things are right now, tactically and technically, with both teams. And also, I don't believe this shit. To me, this means nothing. But this date has been a date in which Milan has won many things, many big trophies, many big games that have allowed Milan to move forward. But I'm pretty sure Milan has also lost a lot of big games on this date. So they're just not talking about those. Yeah, I'm very positive. I'm very confident. I think we'll have a great game. And I want to say that if we don't, and if we do lose, I want to know, what do you guys think? What happens? What do you honestly think is going to happen if we lose and we don't make the Champions League? How are you going to feel? Lart?
I'm going to feel really disappointed. And I'm going to feel sorry for some players, because they, as I say, they really deserve it. They really deserve it more than anyone else in the whole league, the whole Serie A, in my opinion. Because we know Napoli, Juventus, Inter, they go in Champions League, they get hammered from other clubs, and they just come back in Italy, and it's just a shame. You see the way they answer on social media. The Serie A is a joke for these clubs.
I agree with you so much.
In Champions League, and they just are a joke.
You're so right about this.
I'm done for that, and I feel like the only club who can actually change a bit the path and give a bit of spice is AC Milan. Because when we play well in Champions League, Inter starts to play well, because they feel like, oh shit, we need to perform in Champions League, because our I cugini, they're doing well, and our supporters are giving shit us. But because AC Milan is not in Champions League, Juventus is a shit show against Porto. Inter doesn't even go through the group. Lazio is like, I don't know, a club from Azerbaijan or something like that when they play in Champions League. with all the respect of Azerbaijan and all the clubs from small countries or not.
No, it is true. Lazio, when they go in the Champions League, they play with fear.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They
they're
are
shaking.
like,
They're shaking.
Atalanta does a great job. No one expecting from Atalanta to win a Champions League and to make Serie A great again. No one is expecting that. They are doing their job. They are healthy as a club. They do a great football. They grow a lot of talent, and they sell them. So that's the job Atalanta has to be done. So I really want AC Milan back in Champions League to actually give a bit of meaning to the Serie A as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think Milan is one of those teams that is definitely not going to embarrass the Serie A. And I'm so tired of all these teams just embarrassing the Serie A. All right, Antonio, tell us what you think. And then we're going to have another guest come in. So tell us what you think about what happens if Milan does not win this game. How will you feel? That's what I'm asking. How will you feel?
Okay, so simply, I will feel horrible. I will feel like Laird said, disappointed. I don't know what will happen with our team. Who's gonna leave and who's gonna stay? If we win this game, then we can keep building and we can keep improving. If we don't, then we're just back to the Europa League. So yeah, I mean, we had a great season. I don't really consider it improving if we don't improve in, like, if we don't make it to the next competition. So I would just feel horrible. I think we deserve it out of most of these teams. Our players deserve it, like you said, that have played consistently, like Kessie, and other teams that have just like gotten healthy again. They're starting to play well at the end. We've been playing well the whole season, so yeah, I'd feel very upset. It'd be horrible.
And also you have to think. I mean, more than half of the season, Milan was first. Like, they deserve this. They deserve this. The team deserves this. This is our time. This is the best time to take advantage of this situation. And man, could be the beginning of a new cycle that can kick ass. We carpe diem. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Seize the moment.
Roy, that's exactly that's what I was scared about with Cagliari, though, because that was our chance to seize our own, like, to take our season and just convert it into a positive, and we didn't. So now we have to do that in this game, or else we're done. And that's so disappointing about the Cagliari game, is that it was right there for us to take it, but we didn't.
Yeah. Guys, I have Saif. What's up, my friend? Saif, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, man. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, my man. Saif, what are you thinking? What's in your mind? Let us know.
When you have this feeling before any game where you feel a bit sick when you think of what might happen after a game, what the consequences might be, because we kind of saw that after the 18-19 season. Not just players like Bakayoko, who I really loved in the team, not staying, not just that kind of stuff, but it has effect on players. You kind of feel like some players do not come back really motivated the next season when they realize that they have missed the Champions League with a point, or I don't know, 2 points or whatever. So I'm confident about the game, but still you have that thought in the back of your head where you're worried. You want the team to win so bad because, let's face it, if we don't make the Champions League, it will be a complete and utter failure of a season. Let's be honest.
I agree 100%. I don't see any positives at all. Like, nothing. If we don't make the Champions League, it is 100% a failure, and there's no other way to say it.
And it's not like for some kind of Premier League team that does not make the Champions League. They have the money to spend a lot. They can spend a lot of money. They can change a lot of things. It can really mean bad stuff for us because it can go worse from here. It naturally and logically it cannot get any better if we lose against Atalanta.
Yeah, right. It's back to square one. Back to square one.
And there's another problem. There is no game after this game. Because playing after, it helps you to forget the loss. But after this game, you have to deal with that for 3 months or 2 months, whatever it is. You have to deal with that until the end of the next season. Because even if you're going to start next season and start to win again and put great results again, people are going to think, are you going to screw it up at the end of the season? Are you going to be like the last season, losing stupid games? And you always are that type of team that even when they're going to lose a stupid game, that fear is going to come back. Are we going to screw it up this time again? So that's why they need to win. It's for their self-esteem. It's a prize for the players that gave everything this season. Some players really deserve to play in Champions League. We have 6 or 7 players. They are a Champions League player. They are Champions League players.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like you see many of the results that we have had this season, and you think, can we possibly not make the Champions League? When we beat Juventus at their home 3-0, when we beat Napoli at their home 3-1, when we put 7 past Torino, how the hell can you go to the Europa League with these kind of results? But then you look back at Udinese, Sampdoria, Cagliari, and it all adds up. So I don't know. Let's hope.
Yeah.
I was gonna just add about if we don't make the Champions League, Elliot is not the type of management owners to invest Saif said, and I think it's just going to be another either people are going to leave, and B the only players that are going to be coming in are just a bunch of these not well-known players that are risks, so we just have to get lucky in that sense that we get somebody really good for cheap. So it's not really. I don't really expect much improvements to happen if we don't make the Champions League. The only thing I can hope for is if we keep some players like Tomori, if we sign them. But I don't even know if that's possible. So
yeah. Well, I feel very positive about this game. I really think we're going to win this game and we're going to get what we deserve because, I mean, these guys deserve it. Like you guys said, they deserve it. Milan deserve it. The club deserve it. The tifosi have been patiently waiting for so many years. We've been behind this team for so many years. We've suffered together for so many years. Now is the time. Now is the time to get it. It doesn't matter who's in front of us. It could be fucking, I don't know, New York Yankees or whatever. It could be the biggest team. It doesn't matter. Now is the time to get it. Now is the time to be Milan. There's never been another time that more pertinent to be in Milan right now. Now is the time to be Milan. This is a Champions League game. And this is also shows, are we a Champions League team? Okay, let's go play. Let's go win a Champions League game and prove to the world that we are a Champions League team. Now is the time.
Guys, I just wanted to add about Ibra because I think that he's someone that we've kind of been forgetting about. I mean, because of his injuries. I think if you look at any other teams, I mean, we've made this point before in the past, but if you look at Juventus or Inter, if you take away Lukaku, their best players, they would not be in the position that they are. And we've played more games without him than with him, and he's missed this last stretch of games that are so crucial. And I think if we had him against Cagliari, even against Juventus, he didn't score, but his presence, his confidence is huge. We've talked about it before. He has a special effect, and it's just so frustrating that we're missing him in this moment because he would be huge. Because our front four looks shaky oftentimes without him. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out because it's so unfortunate that happened to us in these moments this season, but we have to get through it.
Yeah. The Ibra loss is definitely I mean, for sure, Ibra is a big part of the equation. Ibra is the reason why the team is maybe the main reason why the team is doing so well or has done so well, and it is very important for him to be with the players. And if he can't do anything on the field, he needs to try to do something off the field. So, but I have a lot of faith in Rebic up top. I don't believe these articles. This is all 4D chess going on right now. So, I think it's going to be all A-OK.
And guys, does anyone have a weird feeling about Bologna Juventus like me? I really think that Bologna will be able to pull off a result. You also saw that their ultras, how they sent messages to the players, to the club, they demanded that the players play their absolute best against Juventus. So I think that's a positive sign. I think that this match Juventus is gonna drop points. Honestly,
Whew, that would be nice. That'd be very nice. I don't know, but I would say that would be very nice. Do you think, Blair, do you think Bologna is going to give Juventus a hard game?
No, I haven't seen Juventus lose an important game again in Serie A. Even God came down and helped them to find a solution. I've seen a goal go in 1 meter in the goal against Juventus in San Siro, and they say no, it's not a goal. So I've seen a lot of things in favor of Juventus, and probably this time they're gonna surprise us again with something unseen before. So you never know.
I'm trying to look into like all this 4D chess stuff, and like I just literally saw a new article like right now saying that like Atalanta like ultras are like have banners against Juventus after the Coppa Italia game, and like literally anything like this is giving me hope, but I don't know. It's just gonna be they're gonna try to destroy us. I know that that's the way they play, but anything like I hope we get some luck and we whatever happens we can get through no matter what result. But yeah, I think we just have to show up and play our best and hope that everything goes well.
For me, luck is so important in these games. It's everything almost. So you can play your game, you can be incredible, but if you're not lucky, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, the Juve Inter game that just shows you like they won off of a not even a penalty kick, and then if that was a tie, we would have been in. So that just shows the show.
But yeah, let's see. I'm positive. I think like all Italy is done with Juventus. Like no one stands that club anymore. They just made Serie A look like a farmer league. They always buy the best talented Italian player. They have a lot of players that they give they on loan a lot of players to other small clubs. They are just a nightmare as a club. That you cannot deal with them. It's not an healthy league when Juventus wants always to win, and they have to win.
Yeah, and as I said, I think Juventus actually needs the Europa League. I'm not saying this because it's convenient to say it. I literally think it. I think Juventus needs to just rebuild a new cycle, and it's best for them to rebuild it by being forced to rebuild it. Because if you go to the Europa League, that will be for sure what they have to do. Okay, guys, let's read some of these comments here and what our friends are saying. I'm going to start from the bottom up. I want American Boy on top. I'm not sure. Roy's working hard so you can even see him twice. Oh, yeah, my freaking everything went off. Why y'all switching seats? No one deserves better than Maldini. He's done an incredible job fixing the mess and rebuilding the team. It was painful to see him after the Sassuolo game. Yeah, I agree, Isborn. Like, he really deserves it. Maldini really deserves it because he's done such a great job. And, guys, if there's anything that you want to jump in out of these comments, just feel free to do so. Juventus cheat their way to everything. I hope Bologna beat them. And Dayam says, and we will win 1-0. Okay, Amir says, just to give you some hope, last time we lost against Lille, we ended season with winning CL. It might be another season with good endings. Interesting. That's very interesting. Last time we lost against Lille, the season ended with us winning the 2006-2007 Champions League. Again, and this date here seems to have some magic, but I don't know if I believe in that kind of stuff. It will end in a 0-0 draw. Hell no. Agree. Antonio Zlatan gives us, yes, he definitely gives the team focus. He definitely allows the team to play better football. He's a dot connector. We need Orsolini and Raspadori. Any thoughts, guys, about Orsolini and Raspadori?
Orsolini, I believe he has a lot of injuries. He's not bad, but I don't know. I don't really think he'll be that much of an improvement. Raspadori is promising. He's young as well, and he scored 2 goals against us. He looks motivated, but I don't know how good he'll be. So I don't know. My favorite right winger is Icone, but I don't know. There's not really that many amazing right wingers, so it's tough to just choose one.
Okay, so this is one of the names that we've been hearing, we've been seeing on Instagram and whatever. Sempre Milan, Milan Scout, all these YouTube channels have been sharing this name around. Giroud. I'll start. So the guy's 35. But he's still very good. He's still fit. Like, he's not a finished player. I say that no more. Stop with this 35, 36, 37-year-old players. Like Mandzukic is 36. Ibrahimovic is 40. Now you want to get a 35-year-old. Like, I get it. He's good as a target man, and he's a good option. He's a World Cup winner. He's in the Champions League final. I mean, if we get him, like, I wouldn't be that excited about it. What do you guys think?
He's definitely an option if we go to the Europa League, because if we go there, I don't think we're gonna spend a lot of money. But yeah, if we make the Champions League, then no way, I would never take him. I mean, in a season, when he was at Arsenal, he went on a 16-game goalless streak, which eventually meant that Arsenal will not win the Premier League. I think this was in 2016 or 15. The guy is so inconsistent. He plays well only in certain systems, like in France. He doesn't even score a lot of goals in France, like in the World Cup, I mean. And he definitely doesn't excite me. There are a lot of different younger, better options there. Giroud really doesn't excite me.
Yeah, he doesn't really excite me either, to be honest with you. I think Milan needs a player that can really inspire the team. Yeah.
I mean, if we don't make Champions League, like, if you ask me who I'd rather have, Giroud or like Vlahovic, I would take Vlahovic because he's younger. He's also more expensive. So if we don't make Champions League, I don't really know like who else. Obviously, we should get rid of Mandzukic because he hasn't. I think part of the reason why he's been like so off is because he didn't really play for a long time. But Giroud, recently he did well in the Champions League. I don't think he'd be horrible. I think he would be a decent option. But yeah, if we make the Champions League, yeah, we expect more. So it's just going to be about that, I think.
Like,
I think it's easy to play well with Mbappe, Coman, and Griezmann around you with the French national team.
Kante, Pogba, Coman.
Yeah, exactly. So he's coming to AC Milan. He needs to be our Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He needs to change the game. He needs to put that extra. And I don't think he's the right player. Simple as that. And you're gonna pay him $5 million a year for 2 years, so he's around 15 million expenses. No reason to get that player. Just with the money you're gonna save, not renewing Akan. With the money you're gonna save, not renewing other players. Just buy a decent player. Just buy Vlahovic. Or go for Belotti. At least he knows the Serie A. He can score 11, 12 goals a season. But no, not a 35 years old player. That's it, man. Zlatan is okay because Zlatan is Zlatan. Zlatan is a generational talent. It's a different thing. Zlatan is not Giroud. Zlatan at his prime was winning by himself. So it makes sense. But Giroud, no. Giroud at his prime was an okay player.
Can I ask you guys, do you guys know Tammy Abraham?
Yeah.
he's Chelsea. I've heard that Chelsea are really trying to get rid of him because they're trying to get their funds to maybe bid for Haaland or something like that. And he's a striker. He's like 23, I believe, same age as Tomori. Very good friends with him. That yeah, he's tall. He doesn't look like he's the most developed striker, but he looks like he has potential. So he had a fairly good season when he played for Chelsea this year. You guys what do you guys think about him?
I have no comments.
I think he's a good player. He's a good profile for AC Milan. He's young, he runs and tall, so it's good with headers, and then he's a good option. It's one of those options you can get like a loan with the option to buy at the end. So you understand if he's adapting and he's playing well, you can invest the money. So it's zero risk basically. And he's been on the bench for long, so he's looking for revenge, I would say. So he wants to play, and yeah, I think it's a great option.
Honestly, I think there is a reason why Chelsea have been looking for a world-class striker for like a year and a half, 2 years. I've seen the guy play. The guy does have good hold-up play. He misses way too many chances. Like Chelsea, I think, are one of the top teams that create most chances in the league. He misses way too many sitters. Like the goal, no one is in the goal and he misses them. I think we cannot afford a player like that for Milan.
Does he miss the same chances Timo Werner is missing?
Well, yes, they bought Werner to replace Abraham as the striker, but things did not work out, and that's why they're working to buy another striker. But Abraham misses too many chances.
Because Abraham is the guy who scored more goals for Chelsea this season still, and he hasn't played the amount of game Timo Werner has played.
Well, yeah, that's why I said Chelsea create. Like I think they have the most chances created in the Premier League. But by that standards, he should have had even more goals.
But he hasn't played. He hasn't played enough games. That's the thing. And Tomori wasn't playing for Chelsea as well, and he come out a great player. So not playing for Chelsea doesn't mean you're not a good player. Lukaku wasn't playing for Chelsea. De Bruyne wasn't playing for Chelsea. I think he's a good player. I'm not expecting him to be bombastic, but if he adapts to the league, if he adapts to the system, he can score more goals than Leao and Rebic.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think he's worth taking the risk. The main thing, the biggest problem with him is Chelsea. They like to overprice their players. Like if they ask for an unreasonable number, then we're not going to get him. But if there's like some sort of formula, like a loan, like with Tomori, like that would be. I like that idea. I think it's worth getting some Premier League players because we've only like Tomori was like the first one in a long time, and he turned out really good. So I'm down to keep getting players from that league.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say because I'm not very familiar with these players. Again, I stay away from the Premier League. I don't give a fuck about the Premier League, so I can't really comment so much about these players. But I'm sure the Premier League, I think, is the most advanced league there is right now in football. So whoever is playing in there is definitely a good player. So that's what I'm going to say about that. But I do want to say this that Carlo Moretti wrote. He said, "We're definitely not buying Vlahovic. Pellegatti has said the club won't spend 60 million. I believe Pellegatti before these other journalists." So there you go, guys. There you go.
I don't know. Pellegatti in February was saying there is no chance AC Milan is going to buy Tomori and Brahim Diaz. And now probably in the summer we're going to buy Tomori and Brahim Diaz together. I don't think anyone knows really how much is the budget AC Milan has to spend. So Pellegatti is a reliable source. And another thing is, I don't think Fiorentina is going to get 60 million from Vlahovic. There's no chance.
I think that's way too much. It's an exaggeration.
I don't think that. If they get 40 million, they've done a great deal. 40, 50 million.
Yeah,
60
million is just an exaggeration.
Next season, you get Haaland for 75.
Yeah, with the release clause, yeah.
So, 60 million
right.
Vlahovic, come on,
Right.
man.
Right. Okay, let me read a few more comments here. Isborn says, if Milan gets the Champions League, I would want Elliot to make a statement by signing Kane. That Milan is back in Champions League, bitches. Sign from sleep and trying to work. Yeah, Kane is an excellent center forward, and I think here's some name a better feasible poacher option. Dayam said, I think Kane could be feasible if we make it into the Champions League. Maybe not so much. Maybe saying feasible is a little bit of a stretch, but I think when Milan is in the Champions League, anything is possible.
The only reason I see Kane coming to AC Milan is the fact that Tottenham doesn't want to sell to a direct competitor in Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not at the end of his contract, right? So he would cost us a good amount of money if we were to buy him, and I'm pretty sure it'd be at least as expensive as Vlahovic. So
No,
more,
a lot. They asked for like if they want to sell him this summer, any fee between 100 and 150 million. So let's forget about Kane.
Yeah, right. So I don't think it's possible. I also don't think Kane would want to go to us. I think he's tired of he doesn't trust I don't know if he's gonna trust us enough as Man United or Man City, because those teams have been consistently going to the Champions League. So
well, he's wrong because we are coming back, man, and
yeah,
he's gonna go in a team that's not going to win anything.
I hope.
Guys, I have this comment here that I want us to look at. I think it's a very interesting comment. Can y'all talk about how shitty we are on counterattacks? Because in my opinion, only way we can win is sit back and hit them at the counterattacks. Okay, who wants to go first? I have my thing that I will say, but I will go. Let's have someone else go first. You guys have any opinions on this comment?
Yeah, I'll just say that, yeah, I agree. I think there's so many situations. It depends on the game, but I think players are just especially Çalhanoğlu, they're too sloppy when they're dribbling the ball. They also don't always make the right passes. They sometimes hold the ball for too long. And yeah, I think our counterattacks, I mean, Torino was great, but they weren't really playing that good defense. So I think, yeah, we are very sloppy. I think we should be working on that. So I agree.
Anybody else?
I don't think we are extremely good in counterattacking. But we can be dangerous in a counterattack. Yeah, we can get a penalty or... Leao is a proper counter-attacking player. If he's in a good day, he can be really dangerous in a counter-attack because he's really fast. He's really fast and creates a lot of chances, but it's up to him. Who knows how he's going to wake up Sunday.
Saif?
I agree with both Laird and Antonio. I think it's also a combination of us not having world-class players up top. I mean, when you compare the counterattacks of us versus the counterattacks of Inter, yeah, there's difference between guys like Salamakers and Çalhanoğlu running, or guys like Hakimi and I don't know, Lukaku running at the defense. Much more difference. And I think the main problem with Çalhanoğlu, I see many times that we go for attacks, we're fast, then he gets the ball and he holds it for far too long. And then the whole attack is dead. The whole chance is dead. And we start to build up again, in which the team has set up the defense and it's going to be hard to break down. So I think it's a matter of maybe changing him, putting someone faster, like Brahim Diaz in the middle and Leao at the left. And maybe we can talk about counterattacks. But with Çalhanoğlu, no way.
He's a midfielder. Çalhanoğlu is a midfielder. The way he approaches the game and the attacking option is a type of a midfielder. He's always looking for the final pass. He's never running without the ball. He's never going inside the box without a ball and trying to score a goal. He wants the ball in his feet, and that is a classic midfielder.
Yeah, so what I think, Mr. Dayum, is that I don't think Milan should play that way at all. I think that would be a terrible mistake if Milan played that way. I think Milan needs to play football. It needs to control the game. It needs to hold the ball. It needs to, put players in their half and hold the ball. And then when Milan doesn't have the ball, they shouldn't contain so deep, because we saw that how Juventus contained Atalanta. Juventus did not contain Atalanta deep. Juventus had a lot of separation between those lines, and they just basically kind of like they kind of positioned themselves in between the diagonal channels, closing the spaces, but they created a lot of space there, and they closed down Pessina. Pirlo said that his secret was closing down Gosens and closing down Pessina. By closing down those two players, we saw that Atalanta loses a lot of creativity. They lose a lot of ideas. Those two players are key. So we don't need to fear this team and go back with our biting our nails and hoping that we're going to win the ball and catch them on the counterattack. I mean, that's what Cagliari does. We're AC Milan. We don't do that shit. Now, if a team was completely super messed up and everybody was in the medical room and we had to rely on bench players and we had to rely on Primavera kids, then I would say yes. But that's not the situation right now. Milan has all their players available except for Ibrahimovic, pretty much. So you need to play Milan. You need to play Milan. As far as the counterattack goes, I think when the players are positioned in the correct areas of the field, the counterattacks do work. The times I saw that Milan played shitty in counterattack was when Leao was in the center, because in a counterattack position, in the center, you're not really heading the counterattack. You're more like helping the counterattack. You're the layoff guy, and Leao is not good at being the layoff guy at all. Zero. But if Leao is on the left, I thought that he did a pretty good job. Or if he just plays more on the left, I thought he does a pretty good job at being a counterattack player. But I say absolutely not. Do not play for the counterattack. Play to win. Have the ball. Attack them. No fear. Guns blazing. Balance. Intelligent. Calm. Cool. Collected. But definitely, we are not Cagliari. We're not Udinese. We're not these shitty teams that have to park the bus and hope for a counterattack. That's not the way to do it. That's my answer.
I also, sorry, cut you off. I also hope that we do not overuse that whole passing at the back shit, because we keep doing that, then Atalanta's gonna pressure us up high, and most probably Theo Hernandez is gonna lose the ball, or maybe Ben Nasser, because he has done these types of mistakes. So yeah, we should just play.
Yeah, and you bring a good point there, because we saw it against Juventus that there was that moment where I think it was either Chiellini or the Delict who passed the ball to Rabiot, so right in front of them. So from the center defensive line into the central midfield line, he passed the ball, and then you had Friuler right there, right away on him, and Atalanta does do the high press, so we have to be very careful there, playing in the back and not playing too much in the back. You're right. This has to be those kind of games that have to be semi-direct. A little bit play with the ball, wait for the team to organize, but then go direct. You know, we can't mess around too much, for sure.
I need to go, guys.
All right, Lance.
Thank you for everything, and I think we're going to win, and we're going to win with a banging counter attack. We're gonna wait for them. They're gonna keep the ball. They're gonna try to play football. We're gonna wait them and score 2 goals in counter attack. I think Leao and Brahim Diaz, or Leao and Salemaker, or Leao and Brahim Diaz are going to score 2-0, hopefully.
Nice.
See you guys.
All right, ciao, Lance.
Goodbye, Lance.
Forza Milan, Lance. All right, let's read a few more comments and let's see what else our friends are saying. Let's see. I want to see Kessie having a more offensive role like he was at Old Trafford. Well, Kessie does out of the two midfielders, Kessie is usually the player that goes forward. and if Benacer stays back and Kessie goes forward. Usually that's what they do. And guys, Saif and Antonio, remember, you can, if there's any, as I'm reading these comments, if there's anything that you want to say, just jump in. Çalhanoğlu brought more defensive strength on the left in recent games. I agree. We had heavy draft there with Pioli leaving to go out. Take a look at Juve's game. Chala kept us alive on the left. I agree. Çalhanoğlu did a great job in containment on the left. I agree with you, Oliver Jovanovic. CL or no CL, Belot is the best option. I 100% agree with that, Mr. Mustafa. 100% agree with that. Low risk, been scoring double digits for more than 5 years, low cost, and a million least on top of it. I am so on board with that, Mustafa Ghali. I definitely agree.
I prefer Vlahovic, but that's a long debate, so it's better if we just keep moving.
Ghost is probably out, no? Heard he got hit on the ankle during training. It could be 4D chess. It could be a 4D chess pick. We don't know.
Right. Let me ask you, how do you think, you're like kind of a prediction, how do you think Pioli is going to approach the game? Do you think he's going to play defensive or he's going to actually try to play football? What do you think he's going to do?
I think he's going to try to play football, for sure. I'm very sure about that. I mean, if he plays defensive, I
don't think it's gonna end well for us if we try to play super defensive, because eventually we're gonna get broken down. Exactly. We're gonna concede.
Exactly. If we play defensive, we're just giving the chances to them. And also, it's really not how we play. Like, it'd be strange. It'd be a strange option to play the whole season a certain style of football, and then the last game do a style of football that you haven't done all year.
Guys, just what do you guys think we should like when we try to attack? Do you think that I personally think that we need to stay balanced in the sense that we need our back line, maybe one defensive midfielder to kind of to be prepared, because Atalanta, if we lose the ball, they're going to counter. So do you guys agree with that, or do you think that we should like try just to push as much as we can?
Saif, you go first.
Can you go first, right? Because my internet connection is kind of weak. I missed the whole question.
Okay. Just give me a second here. I want to pull up the tactical board. That's why.
I can say it again if you want.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah. Go again, and I'm going to pull up, because I have an answer for that. But ask my question one more time. I'm going to pull up the tactical board.
Okay. I was just saying, what do you guys think? How should we attack in this game? Because I believe that we need either like a defensive midfielder and like our center backs, and probably at least one fullback to be like back. Because if we lose the ball, if we just go all out attack and lose the ball, they're just going to counter us. So what do you guys think? Like, how do you guys think we should find the balance between defense and attack in this game?
All right. So the answer to that question is a very simple solution that Pioli adopted against Juventus, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. And he also adopted it against Torino, but he didn't really adopt it so much against Cagliari because that was a different kind of game. And basically what he did was this, all right? So what the team does, they start in a line of 4 from the back when they build. And as they're building here and using the midfielders just to create time and space, in those seconds, Theo morphs into a winger. Tomori takes that position, Kjaer takes this position, and Calabria takes this position. So that, and then you have Benacer that stays at the tip of the diamond, and then you have the rest of the players that go up and participate in the offensive move. Benacer just follows. He's always going to be there following there as the reset player. So what did Pioli do in that game tactically that answers your question? He sacrificed Calabria. So now we don't see Calabria coming forward anymore because Calabria was a a line-to-line defender up until the Juventus game. But in the Juventus game, he asked Calabria to stay back. So that means that when you have counterattacks coming on this side, you already have the player there when you have counterattacks coming from the middle, you have player there, and when you have a counterattack on the other side, you already have Tomori over there. So, and then as these players, they don't need to stop the counterattacks, they just need to slow down the counterattacks. And as they slow down the counterattacks, then all the other players can close down all the spaces. And then another thing that I'm pretty sure he's going to do, because Atalanta attacks mostly from the right, is he's going to sacrifice Salamakers. Salamakers is going to play more in this area. And here, as Theo moves up, the guy that is going to cover for him is going to be either Kessie or Çalhanoğlu, and both those options are good options in containment and defensively. So I think this tactic that he adopted against Pioli was absolutely beautiful. Against Juventus was absolutely beautiful. And if he adopts a similar tactic against Atalanta, that would solve our problems for the counterattacks. That's my answer to that question.
Yeah, sorry. I like that idea. I did notice that I just kind of forgot that we had done that before. I was actually pulling up the statistics about the last time we played Atalanta, just to see what our lineup was, because I'm pretty sure we had like a center back dilemma that game. I'm pretty sure. I think Musacchio was playing. I think Kjaer was injured, and we didn't have Tomori. So I think now that I'm looking at the 11, I'm very confident in Kjaer and Tomori because they're both they're experienced and they're physical. I think that's much more I feel much more secure, because before I think Musacchio was playing, Kalulu was playing, which I like, but I think he was playing as a center back, so he's not the most experienced there. So yeah, I feel better about that. I'm gonna pull up the that match day, just tell the 11 real quick.
We also haven't conceded a goal in the last 4 games, so I think that's a plus.
Right.
Okay.
Our 11 that game was our back 4 was Hernandez, Kalulu center back, Kjaer at center back, so he did play that game. But
it was Kjaer and Kalulu, right?
Yep, Calabria, and then midfield Kessie and Tonali, and then our top 3. This is the questionable choice. He put Mete at attacking midfielder.
That's why we lost that game, because of Mete's and what is he thinking? If you put Mete as an attacking midfielder, you're already telling the team, look, we're not going to hold the ball today. We're just going to give them the ball and hopefully things go our way. Sorry, I meant finish, please. Mm-hmm. That was an example of Pioli making stupid mistakes.
Yeah, I think his reasoning for that was just to be more physical, because Atalanta are very physical. But yeah, no, he misread that. Ibra played, but our dynamics were off. Atalanta played their 3-5-1-2, the usual that they play. And they had what I consider to be their best 11. Back 3, Jim Shiti, Romero, Toloi. Midfield, Gosens, Freuler, Derun, and Hateboer as the wing back. Pessina attacking midfielder, Zapata, and Ilicic. So they had and Muriel got subbed on as well, I think, during that game. So they played with their best 11 against us. Yep. So they're very dangerous, but we weren't that strong that game. So
in that period of a season, Milan was going through a terrible phase. Right now, it's a completely different. Saif was saying. Saif was saying, right now we have all our players except for Ibra. Sorry, man said 3-5-1-2. Oh no, he meant 3-4-1-2.
3-4, yeah.
3-4-1-2. With all our players back, and then like Saif was saying, we haven't conceded a goal in 4 games. The defense has looked extremely solid. That pairing of Tomori, Kjaer, Calabria, Theo has been very, 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 very solid. And it also comes down to this new tactical system that has been created, which I think is very beautiful.
Roy, I just a thought. I think it's very interesting. If we go back and we watch the game against that we won against Inter at the beginning of the season, I think that game was like when we saw the best contribution from our defensive midfielders. If you look at that game, there's multiple times when Kessie and Benacer go back, they block shots, they get in the way of shots. They also they go and they take the ball from Inter's players. They come from behind and they like really contribute defensively, and that's when we have the best defense in my opinion. So I think if they put in a good shift against Atalanta, that would help out a lot, like Benacer especially.
Yeah, Benacer is maybe the player that has the most, question mark because he really doesn't seem to have gained his full potential. I mean, his full match fitness potential. But he's a player that is still very good at decision making, at being that low regista, and so I'm hoping that Benacer is going to be key actually in this game. Because if we hold the ball properly, is because Benacer is doing his job. But I mean, look at these players: Benacer, Kessie, Diaz, Çalhanoğlu, Rebic, Salah, Theo, Calabria. These are all players that are very good with the ball on the feet, on the ground. And that is the quality of this game. So we have to play that way. Okay, let me read what Vlahovic, what Eastbourne is saying. Vlahovic is a hard-working guy. Read about him being a key player for Fiorentina now because of his never-die attitude. These kind of players is what we need. We never give up and fight for sure. Yeah, I agree, Eastbourne. He's definitely the kind of player that fights and plays that. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Tony a little bit. Tony, look at Tony. He's that kind of player. He's a fighter, but I have my reservations. I have my reservations. As you said, he's born earlier. Nocerino said that the ball in. I think actually Nocerino said this. Actually, this is why Nocerino said this, because I saw that interview. He literally said this, which is what I was about to say. He said that the ball is much heavier when you're wearing the Milan shirt than when you're wearing the Fiorentina shirt. So these are things that you have to take in consideration.
Right. Let me ask you, why is that different from Belotti then? Because he's playing with Torino.
Well, Belotti is 27, right? He's already reached a certain maturity. He runs in the Serie A, many seasons in the Serie A right now, and he is at age physically where he's good. Physically, 27 is not your peak. 27 is not your peak, but you're getting close to your peak. And he is a captain of a team. So he knows how to. He has the experience of putting a whole city on his shoulders. And then the thing about Belotti that is very different from Vlahovic is the tactical and the technical way you can use Belotti. Belotti has the through ball. Belotti has the cross. Belotti has the shot from outside the box. Belotti has the curving shots. Belotti can play the number 9 in the small box, in the bigger box, outside of the box. Belotti can interplay with the team. Belotti can come back and be the filter. Belotti can go on the wing. So Belotti is a complete player. Vlahovic right now in his development is still just a number 9 that kind of uses his body to shield the ball. But you'll see Vlahovic. He won't touch the ball as much as Belotti would touch the ball in the building. Vlahovic is going to be the last guy to do the tap-in, right? But sometimes he will score beautiful goals. I've seen Vlahovic score beautiful goals. But in the context of playing, Belotti is definitely more of a contributor and more of a quality contributor. At 27, he's a better bet, right? He's just a better bet.
And he's also easier to get because of his price tag. And also, who knows? He said he was a childhood Milan fan. So I think that could come as a factor as well.
I'm just going to add, I agree with what you guys just said. Of course, everything you guys said is true. I would just argue that Vlahovic is more of what we need because I think we have a lot of players that can contribute offensively. And I'm not saying that it would be bad to have Belotti, but Vlahovic is someone who is more going after the goals, and we need somebody that number 9, sturdy number 9 that can play. But yeah, no, I agree with what you guys said. Also, Vlahovic is very he loves Ibrahimovic, so he's also very motivated to it's his idol, so he's also motivated. But yeah,
from what I'm reading, from what I'm seeing, Vlahovic seems like a true professional. Like he seems like his head is in the right space, and he wants to learn and he wants to get better. So, yeah, it's a bet. You know, you'd be making a bet, and some bets come, some bets don't. Okay, let's read a few more comments. Let's see what our friends are saying. I think our team would play very good and collect the game. The only difficulty is this game is finishing our chances. We will finish our chances, sir. We will finish our chances. Maybe Papo Gomez could be viable signing for attacking midfield next season. He's all, but for one season, Papo Gomez is a very good player. He'll definitely bring a lot of quality to the team. That's for sure. So what do you guys what do you guys think about this game? What are your predictions? And then, guys, we're gonna close the stream in 13 minutes. We're gonna close the stream. So let's finish on let's just finish on Atalanta. Sorry, let's just finish on this game. And Saif.
I think it's gonna.
Worries?
Sorry.
How should the
worries?
team play?
Yeah. In terms of worries, there's a lot of worry for me. I'm super nervous about the game. Yeah, yeah, sorry. It's the most important game of the decade. I just hope that some players don't catch that nerve a lot and start losing the ball quickly and not be concentrated in the game. If they come out with the right mindset, and if they score a very early goal, I think that would be the perfect scenario. Because as late as the game goes, the players might be more tired. As we saw from a lot of games this season, many Milan players lose hope. They stop trying at the end of games, like the games we saw at home. And yeah, I just think we have to be more on the ball than them to build more confidence. I think we have to take some good shots, not these puppy shots that Çalhanoğlu takes, where he passes the ball to the goalkeeper. I think we have to shoot well. And why not? And also Rebic has to make the most out of his chances.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And what about Leao? What about Leao? Because he's obviously going to play. How do you see Leao? In fact, earlier we had this comment here. It says, at what point will Leao step up? He can be one of the best on his day, though. Do you think Leao can have a good part of this game?
I certainly hope that Pioli does not leave him on for the last 10 minutes, and that he has the sufficient IQ to bring him on earlier in the game. If I had the choice, I know it's not realistic, but if I had the choice on how to start the game, I would start Brahim Diaz in the middle and Leao on the left, if I had the choice. But I know it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it could happen. It could very well happen. You know, this scenario here, like this. Oh no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's most likely going to look like this. If Leao's playing, it's for Diaz, not for
and I don't know, is Atalanta missing any key players? Did they pick up any injuries from Juventus?
Well, aside from the Gosens thing, I don't think so.
I also hope that we had more time to prepare. I hope that they are tired from the Juventus game, and that their soul is kind of down because they lost the game. Who knows? But I'm pretty sure we're gonna win. We cannot logically mess this up.
Yeah.
I'm going for a 3-1 Milan win.
Nice. I like that. I definitely agree with you. But if Milan does play like this with Leao, Çalhanoğlu, and Salamakers, Benacerraf, Rebic, I mean, that's still a good team. Like, I still have a lot of confidence in the team like that. All right, let me just read a few more, and then Antonio, I want you to finish it off. Cairo wouldn't want to do business with Milan ever again. We gave him Rodriguez, Jabal, and then humiliate them 7-0. Right. Vlahovic equals Kalinic if we sign him, knowing our luck with strikers, Carlo Moretti says. Youssef says, if we had Ibra, no doubt we will score, but in general, I think this will be a tough game and maybe better team win. Yeah, for sure. Oh, Vlahovic, Belotti, Berardi, yes. Now that is beautiful for me. Get them both. Get Vlahovic for the future, Belotti for now, Berardi for now. And then everybody is happy. My man is switching, being on 2 screens at the same time. Yeah, sorry guys, my bad about that. Guys, I think Cassie should start. It's last game. We need to give him a good farewell. Hey, love you too, Floki. Love you too, my man. Leao's season is done after he scored that record goal against Sassuolo. Man thinks he's already on the Guinness Book of World Records. That's funny. Soul is down, but the dope is up. Watch along for the game, Roy. I'm pretty sure we're doing a watch along. I know that I'm going to be late for the watch along because I'm working, so I'm going to miss the whole first half.
Roy, come on, man. You're going to miss the first half of this game?
Yeah, I'm going to miss. Hey, guys, work is work. Work is work, guys.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It's a big...
Work is work. But I'm definitely going to jump in for the second half. I don't know if either Ari or Lyric are going to be able to start it off right now. All right, Antonio, finish it off.
I don't make. I used to make predictions, but I didn't make a prediction for the Juventus game, so I'm not going to make a prediction now because I'm too I can't really make up my mind. Of course, I think anything is possible. I think we can definitely win. I think we can also mess up the tactics, but I think I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'd play the formation that we talked about. Yeah, the one with Diaz. Because it worked against bigger teams, so we can try that. And I think I like the defensive formation with that. I don't know. I think if we play strong and if we play with the confidence against Juventus, like against Juventus, they'll have a good game. And yeah, like someone commented, it's just going to be about scoring. Scoring early is huge, and it's just about being clinical with Rebic. If Leao plays, I don't know. I don't really trust him at the end of the game because we don't need players that stop running and aren't into it. So I wouldn't really play him towards the end. So yeah, I think it's just going to be about being clinical and just being hungry. And you have to run against this team. You have to play 90 plus minutes running because I don't know how they do it, but that's what they do. They're amazing at being athletic and they run the whole game. So yep, we need to give it our all and. Hopefully, the Atalanta fans can motivate them to help us out. But I'm just kidding. But I think we got to be motivated to win this game.
Excellent. Eastbourne says, Roy, just hope Atalanta are not ahead already by 3 goals at halftime, and there's no point of doing the watching. Well, okay, guys. Yeah, like I've said it many times. I'm very confident about this game. There's absolutely nothing that that is worrying me right now. All the calculations that I'm making looks like that Milan is going to have a very good game. Obviously, that doesn't mean anything. They could have a terrible game. But I really think that Milan is going to be extraordinarily focused. They're going to go in there with the right attitude. They're going to play beautiful football. They're going to score a bunch of goals. And they're going to the Champions League. And because I think they deserve it. And I think, again, that all the stars are in the right spot right now for the ingredients of a great game. There's literally nothing that I can see that can make this game go south. So, guys, excellent stream today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Antonio, for coming up. Thank you, Said, for coming up. I'm always very glad to hear what you guys think about the games. This is going to be the final game of the season. So what a season this was, regardless. A great season. But let's make it even better. Let's make this season even better. Let's go take this last game. And then, guys, this is going to be one of the best seasons of all time. So let's
make it count. We got to make it count.
Let's make it count. Let's make the season count. It's all in the hands of the player and the coaches. I hope that the fans come out and do something special for the team and inspire them because that is a big key. That is a big key in our success. The fans have to come out. The Milan deserves the fans to come out and show them, appreciation because Milan right now is so close to achieving their objective. And right now it's time for the fans to come out thank them for this amazing season and inspire them to make this season count, like you said, Antonio. So, like always, till the end, sempre Forza Milan. Let's go get this. All right, ragazzi. We will see you on Sunday for the final clash, the final countdown. So until then, ciao a tutti, Forza Milan. And let me get my vincerai. Okay, Antonio, Saif, thank you very much. Everybody in chat, thank you very much. Love you all. Ciao.
Goodbye.
Ciao.